This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hawaii is beautiful, but Tahiti is unforgettable. Escape to a paradise without the crowds and enjoy all-inclusive round-trip flights from the United States to Tahiti starting at $750 per person on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to the islands of Tahiti from the moment you step on board. Your perfect getaway is just 2 drinks and a movie past Hawaii. Visit airtahitinui.com, that's airtahitinui.com, to book your dream vacation.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. your inner Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on?
We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, air travel always just, it is what it is, right? It's tenuous at best. You want to get from point A to point B with as little hassle as possible. And, of course, all kinds of things can go wrong. Delayed flights, lost luggage, weather conditions, broken toilets, a woman stripping naked and screaming as she walks up and down the aisle. And I admit that last one is least likely, but it did happen last week on a Southwest flight. And as a result, the flight was delayed. And in case you're wondering, no, she was not a woman who you want to see naked. Same goes for a woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, she was not on a plane. She was walking down the street naked. But she didn't walk down the street naked until after she attacked a complete stranger's truck with a 2x4 because, you know, why the hell not? And it's not just crazy ladies showing her things that nobody wants to see. Guys are in on it, too. We got in New Hampshire where a man, he crashed a stolen vehicle before inexplicably stripping naked and, quote-unquote, disrupting traffic. And ladies, this is not the man that you want to see naked either, even though his last name, coincidentally, is Wiener. Now, today we're talking about unexpected witness to nudity, whether you unexpectedly saw someone naked or you unexpectedly showed your naked ass to someone else. We had a guy that called in, I believe, earlier this week, maybe last week, got locked out of his hotel room. Of course, he was naked. Had to walk down to the lobby of the hotel, completely naked, convince the person behind the front desk to get him a key so he could go back up to his hotel room, still naked, and he could finally go to the bathroom, which was his whole point. So today we're talking about that unexpected nudity. Today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is, when did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but tell us away we go. Welcome to Season 20, Episode number 4,278. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat once again. We will be joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We will sit and spin at 4:30. And today, in honor of the Daily Miggs Show Stanwood Shortest St. Patty's Day Parade on Saturday at 11 o'clock in Stanwood, 10 Irish bands. Maybe not the most popular Irish bands. There's a few of them out there.
I can think of 2 off the top of my head. That's it.
But the idea being that Mike is going to play us an Irish band. And then from there, we will try, Ted, to guess the Irish band. that is being played?
Yeah, I'm with Thrill. I really only know two.
Okay, which ones are you saying? U2 and who else?
U2 and the Pogues.
I would say U2 and the Cranberries. And I'm done. Thank you. Good night. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do know them, but off the top of my head, I do not know that they're Irish.
I will say this. I grew up listening to U2. I don't listen to them nearly as much as I used to. I like their older stuff.
Sure.
But one of my favorite bands is an Irish band. One of my top five of all time it's a band from Ireland.
Who?
Thin Lizzy.
Okay, I know three bands
from Ireland. But, Mike, you're going to play...
Thank you. Good night. I'm out.
You're going to play a tune, and we're going to have to figure out if we know the Irish band responsible for said tune.
Correct, sir.
Do they have, like, Irish names like, Benny and the Leprechauns, or is it just...
There's a few in there.
Benny and the Leprechauns.
The Clover Leaves. And
yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm looking for, man.
Benny.
Yes.
Yeah, Benny.
And we're celebrating Stanwood's shortest St. Patty's Day parade. Hopefully you can join us. We're joining the Daily Mix morning show this Saturday at 11 o'clock in Stanwood. It is a short parade. The parade starts at the Stanwood Hotel Saloon. Mm-hmm. From what we understand, basically it goes around the block and then comes back to the saloon.
It's my kind of parade, man. Short, sweet, to the point.
If you're thirsty and you don't really like parades too much, or you just like the ones that are short and entertaining, stop it. It's a short attention span world we're living in, right? No one wants to see a parade for like 2 or 3 hours and just stand there. You want this thing to go down quickly. Yeah. Family is invited. Hopefully we'll see you guys 11 o'clock up in Stanwood on this coming Saturday. What's that drive like from here, Ted? How far are we thinking?
So here's the issue. It's only about an hour, but depending on traffic, I've driven up there a bunch to hang out with my friends. Good days, an hour, bad days, 2.
Okay. All right. So we'll start out a little bit early. Maybe stop up there. Any good breakfast spots in the area? Well, I can go up and get some. You know me, I love good breakfast on the weekend.
In Stanwood, I'm not sure about, but you could stop at Arlington and hit a Buzz Inn.
The Buzz Inn. Okay, I've heard a lot about that place. All right.
Careful, though, Miles.
What's that?
The Buzz Inn in Arlington, that specific one, I have never been in there where I haven't run into a men's room fan.
Well, that's all right. I don't care. I'm just in there to eat some food.
It goes off the rails quick.
Okay.
No.
Right. Okay. Well,
you're going to get real excited.
Maybe I'm definitely
stopping. They're complimentary, I'm guessing. Let me buy you 4 or 5 shots.
They got liquor in there?
I'm telling you, be careful.
All right. Okay.
I'm leaving it at that.
Fair.
It's
warning.
a great spot.
Fair warning.
There's been some rough nights.
I just know I'll probably end up carpooling with Castle or whatever the deal is, and going up on Saturday morning a little bit early just to get some eggs and bacon.
Maybe I'll just be on Terran's deck with the grill. Flat tops out there cooking breakfast.
Okay. Well, they'll definitely be there, and we'll be there at 11 o'clock, and hope to see you there. It's absolutely free, and it's going to be a great time. Speaking of the
ready to...
I didn't feel like drinking vodka today.
It's one of those days, isn't it? Yeah, and with that, we have some sad news here at the KISW family. Legendary KISW morning man Bob Rivers. He passed away this morning at the age of 68. Mm-hmm. Bob had been battling cancer.
Esophageal.
Made that well known for a number of years that he was going through that. It did go into remission for a little while when he was living down in Las Vegas. And Bob is just one of those guys. He's probably, without question, the most iconic member of the KISW family as far as this radio station is concerned. When you look up to people in radio, Bob Rivers is one of those guys. And I don't think that anyone who has ever met Bob Rivers would tell you anything about just what a decent, nice, kind human being he was.
Yeah.
And what he did for radio, because you got to remember, man, back in the day, there was a different approach to radio as far as a lot of people being shock jocks or trying to do a lot of different things. And Bob was that guy that brought intelligent conversation, kind of more of in an NPR style, with interviews, with listeners, with content, with topics, and we twisted tunes and all those things. And I know for a fact that Bob was very good friends with BJ Shea and Steve Miggs. As far as our radio station is concerned, Bob knew Steve and BJ better than anyone that's on the air right now. So tomorrow on the Daily Mix Morning Show, there's going to be a tribute to Bob Rivers, just so you know. And they're going to play some old clips and some old interviews. I want to say the late Kathy Faulkner is going to talk about her experience working for Bob and with him on the radio station back in the day. Ironically enough, I never personally got the chance to meet Bob, one of the things that I wanted to do, but typically he would come in and do BJ's show in the morning, and then by the time we got in here, he was gone, and we never got really a chance to meet him. I shook his hand one time, but never
lost his hand immediately.
Never got the chance to talk to him. But ironically enough, not in a stalker kind of way, but as far as our show is was concerned. Bob started at WAAF in Boston, which was the legendary rock station that the company had for a number of years there. And he started out doing mornings with a partner. When we were syndicated for a brief period of time, we were on WAAF in Boston as well.
Yeah.
All right. Then Bob took a job at 98 Rock in Baltimore, which is the KISW of Baltimore.
And that's when I first heard of him.
And he was the
That's what I knew him from, too.
Probably because I lived there and listened to that station. See how that just comes
I
together?
thought he had already worked out here and then went to Baltimore and then came back.
No, he was
started there.
He went from
Boston to Baltimore.
down to Baltimore.
Because even when we moved here, people brought up Bob Rivers, and I'm like, there's no way it's the same guy. What are the odds we both go from
the guy
Baltimore
that
to
sat
Seattle?
on top of pickles during the...
He did.
He had to regret that. Listen, the Orioles really sucked. And look, you're a Mariners fan. The Orioles are equally as bad and equally as historically bad. So Rivers, when he's in Baltimore, is like, look, this team cannot be this bad. So he sat on the roof of a place called Pickles. It's directly across from Camden Yards.
There was a billboard on top of the building.
Pickles is like to Baltimore what I would say Sluggers is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just a
bar to
classic
go
sports
to,
bar
right.
before a football or a baseball
And
game.
after.
You go to and after. Right? Like I do with Sluggers, you go to Pickles.
And this dude, he's like, I'm going to go up on the billboard. And
Well, it was the beginning of the year.
Right, but
so he had no idea how
bad
the Orioles
were
going to be.
He was up there. Was it 21 games?
21 games.
21 games.
21 games. I'm not sure of the days. I just know the Orioles were 0-21 before he got off that billboard.
I don't think he thought that was going to happen.
No, I don't think he did either.
That was a historically bad start, as I recall. Isn't that the worst start in Major League Baseball history?
And believe it or not, when Bob left Baltimore was crushed because at that time, you know Bob Rivers from being in Seattle, but Bob Rivers was the most iconic radio person at the time.
Sure.
In Baltimore. And he had the biggest show. And he had this guy that would call in all the time and do voices and characters and all these things. And eventually, at one point in time, he said, hey, man, would you like to come in and kind of help me with the show? And it was in Baltimore that a guy named Spike O'Neill, joined Bob. And from that point in time, just like us, when we were in Baltimore, after the fact, they moved to Seattle. And we follow him again. Mm-hmm. We stock him again. And Bob had a legendary career here at KISW. He was on the air for 11 years here. From there, as you know, he went to KZOK and then finished out his career.
I like to call it Kazakh.
Yeah, at the Jet. And just, no matter where he went.
KJR. Can't pronounce them.
Yeah, he did the same amazing
We're
show.
from KISW to Kazakh to
I want to say when he retired, I'm not sure exactly when his diagnosis was, but I know that he moved back to the Northeast, and I want to say he and his wife bought like a maple tree farm to do.
It was something like that, man. Yeah.
I can't. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think he was out there tapping syrup.
It was something very northeasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I think after enough of that weather, he might have moved down to Las Vegas and continued his podcast. But he passed away in New Hampshire this morning at the age of 68 years old. So, Daily Mix Show, they will cover that correctly in its entirety, do the correct tribute tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. So, if you're up early, just know that they're going to salute Bob. And it's not just the people of Seattle. If you know anything about the radio community, we are a very small community. Tributes
getting smaller all the time.
Tributes are pouring in from everyone. Everyone that ever met Bob, worked with Bob, looked up to Bob as a mentor, as someone who you found funny, as someone who inspired you to do this job and want to be in radio. He was that guy. There's a reason that Bob Rivers is the only member of the KISW family in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, to my knowledge.
As far as I know,
if you go to Chicago and you're touring the hallways, I believe that that facility should be reopened. I know that they took a break to move the museum and put some new displays up and do the interior again. But if you're ever in Chicago and you want to check out a cool museum, it's there. Bob's display is there.
Well, here's the difference between him and most people, right? Radio, generally speaking, has a lot of very egotistical talking heads. Bob came in, was laid back, and did this thing called creative.
Yes.
Right? Hence the Twisted Tunes and everything else. Some of the other gags he did and stuff. It was great because no one else was doing it because they weren't thinking to do it.
Yeah. And when Bob came here, he did a thing called Nude Stock. And when you say nude, I mean, it was nude.
Oh, yeah.
All the hosts.
Nude means nude.
Everybody was naked. And from what we understand about Bob, Bob was doing okay for himself as the.
That's why it was his idea.
Yeah.
That's why he came up with it.
I'm not suggesting that.
Right.
Exactly. So there was a.
I mean, you think Shaquille O'Neal's going to come up with it or Jet Li? I mean, you just play the odds. I'm going to say Shaquille O'Neal. Like, let's go ahead and do it.
And let's not forget, outside of.
Come on, Ted. You know I'm right.
Jet Li didn't even catch that straight.
Yeah. And even outside of, the radio aspects, Steve, you grew up listening to Dr. Demento. And, Bob, a lot of people just know Bob from Twisted Tunes. And we would play every year at Christmas. I Am Santa Claus. And there's a couple on there you can't play based on the fact that things
buy the album.
Yeah, things have changed a little bit, but Bob was a legendary figure here, and it's been a weird week. But just remember, tomorrow morning on the Daily Mix Morning Show, they will pay tribute to the life of Bob Rivers and his time here at KISW. And outside of that,
Taryn's husband Brad worked for Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy day. So maybe in honor of nude stock, our question today, we're gonna talk about nudity in a kind of a weird, not real tribute to Bob, just
but in a way, sure.
Carry on the.
We are wearing clothes. That's the sad part.
Carry the torch.
Mike insisted.
Yeah. Yes. So our question today: when did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own?
We were already naked. Mike just said, "I'm not doing this."
I googled some of the Twisted Tunes. I forgot walking around in women's fun.
Yeah. What was the one? I don't want to rock all night. Rock and roll.
Walking around in women's underwear.
Someone here says we still have some Bob Rivers maple syrup.
Also, he actually did produce it.
He did. This guy was on his podcast years ago. His music will still be a Christmas tradition for years to come. No doubt about that. But you actually have Bob Rivers syrup.
Yeah,
damn.
That's crazy, and it won't be us do it. Trust me. Around the radio world, there'll be a lot of people saying thank you to Bob Rivers today. No matter what market you're in or where you are, he touched a lot of different people in the industry. So, again,
careful how you phrase that, man.
Well, he did. I mean, not that way.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Not like
say something complimentary.
Not like some people we've worked with before.
Man, oh man, yeah. One guy comes to mind, and he's still alive.
Yeah, so it's a tough day. But let's have some fun and talk about people who are naked. Drivers in Dover, New Hampshire.
That's a great segue, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying the best I can. It's kind of hard to go from the bottom of the well.
All right, let's have fun talking about naked people.
Let's talk about boobs. All right, we ready? Here come boobs, and unfortunately some wieners. Drivers in Dover, New Hampshire got an eyeful when a man named Sean Wiener Sr. stripped naked and started wandering around traffic on Route 16 after crashing a stolen car and fleeing the scene.
Tase him.
A 35-year-old suspect was arrested, charged with indecent exposure, lewdness, reckless conduct, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, littering after he ditched the crashed car. He ditched the car.
No, I know, but when you've done all of that and they hit you with littering, this is like, we don't like you.
Yeah. Officers responding to the scene after receiving multiple reports, many calls, of the nude man disrupting traffic at 3:15 in the afternoon on Sunday. He apparently discarded his clothes on the highway shoulder before crossing on foot into traveling lanes. In addition to charges, the Dover Police Department, who led the investigation, slapped Wiener with additional separate charges and took him into custody. The vehicle theft remains under investigation by the County Police Department as well as Dover Fire and Rescue. So our question, when did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Look around. Every car you see is probably on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars. As for flying cars, well, we're ready when they are. If you see a car you like, find it on AutoTrader. That's our kind of thing. AutoTrader.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/Confluence. That's Atlassian.com/CONFLUENCE.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest, 100% organic cotton bedding from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with airy blankets, cloud-like duvets, and breathable sheets. You'll experience pure comfort on night one and feel your bedding get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first order at bowlandbranch.com with code Odyssey. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Plumbing backs up and things get stinky. Call Pinky's.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Our question, when did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I hope this isn't too boring, but we're going back to 1977. I was in the 5th grade. And our parents, my brothers and my parents, would not let us stay over at other people's or other friends' houses very often.
Why not? Did they have any reason?
We were just very a close-knit family, so we didn't have a lot of people coming over, and we didn't go to other people's houses unless family or events or whatnot. That's just the way we were raised.
All right.
Anyways, I did get my mom to agree to let me stay over at one of my favorite friends' house in the 5th grade overnight. Lived in the same city. And we got along great. My mom drops me off. We play for the evening. We go into my friend's room, and I'm trying to not use names, but we're going back 40 years, so I doubt he's listening. And he opens one of these books like, hey, check this book out my mom got me. And it was a book about this is your body. And what he was doing was actually prepping me up, because what I didn't realize, we get a knock at the door, and we're looking at this book the first time, and it's showing body parts for male and female. And in walks mom with the tray of snacks for us, totally nude. Now, in the 5th grade, you've seen pictures, but you never really seen it right there in your face. And so,
was this good nude or bad nude?
Oh, my mom's a nudist.
Yeah. Just the mom. Just the mom.
Right.
So, Dave, just the mom?
What's that?
Just the mom.
Just the mom.
Like Dad didn't come swinging in front of the television or anything, right?
Well, she had like a dashiki on or a gown on when we got there, when my mom dropped me off. So nothing was said then either, obviously. I've never seen a brown skinned Filipino kid turn so red. I mean, because
it's his mom. Yeah, I get it. But what about you? Were you happy that you were seeing this, or did it turn you off for a while?
I was just totally embarrassed. I looked away real fast and trying to pretend like I didn't see anything.
Yeah. Now, did you get to spend the night there again? So when you got home, you're like, hey, Mom, anytime you're going to let me spend the night there, that would be great.
Well, here's what happened. So I was kind of, even for being in the 5th grade, I was still in kind of shock. And we were playing outside in the living room area. His mom had already receded to the bedroom. And I tripped over their big parrot cage, opened up my knee, exposed my patella, had to go in for stitches immediately. So I completely forgot about it for...
Okay. Well, that's 5th grade. That's unexpected. I would expect.
Well, I will say this: I didn't rat him out once I did remember it. In school, I
wouldn't either. No, man. And you don't tell your parents, because maybe you'll be invited back over for another sleepover.
That would be my entire plan.
I did tell my mom.
What?
45 years later.
Okay.
Yeah. 45 years
now,
later.
did you ever spend a night at his house again?
She goes, and I remember she says, well, if I'd have known that.
That's why I didn't tell you, Mom. Come on.
Yeah, if she would have known that, knowing her humor, she would have sent me over there naked.
She probably told you that's why I didn't want you to stay at anybody's home.
Because they're all naked.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyways, that was my exposure, my first exposure to a human body. So live.
Well, at least your buddy gave you a brief tutorial before you saw it in action.
I mean, that's wild to see her fully naked. I mean, I remember seeing one of my buddy's moms just in I guess a nightgown or like some type of
yeah,
it was awesome.
Oh, yeah, my buddy Devin had a real hot mom. Well, we knew she was hot, but summertime hits, so everyone's out of school. Just rode my bike to his house, want to play with Devin. She answers the door. She's wearing basically the equivalent of Daisy Dukes and a bikini top. And she's like, oh, Stephen, yeah, come on in. And just in my mind, I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I didn't realize how much I liked women until that moment. And I can't tell my buddy Devin. But, his mom would come outside like, hey, do you guys want sandwiches for lunch or anything? And I would hem and haw. Because I realized the longer it took me to answer, the longer she would stay in there. So I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm sure your mom will be fine with it. I'm like, well, and eventually, sure. And then we go inside. She's still wearing it. Now, fast forward, that was in Rochester. Fast forward, now we live in Baltimore. Buddy of mine down the street. Everyone has a parallel park their cars. No such thing as a yard or garage, right? So it's on the street. His mom's out there washing the car in her bikini. She's the last person on earth you wanted to see in a bikini. And for whatever reason, it seemed like every day during the summer, this woman was very sweet, very kind. But I felt like she watched that car every day during the summer. And it's like, because my bedroom window faced the front. So if I looked out my window, there she was. And I couldn't tell him either, like, dude, tell your mom to put some clothes on.
Hey, Mom, put a shirt on.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
I know, Mike. Put a shirt on.
I know. I went to the same place you did.
I didn't mean that. It just she should put a shirt on.
Put a shirt on.
Hello, Joey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So back when I was newly 21 years old, I did, what any 21-year-old was doing and out partying and doing everything else. But I also worked early mornings for a restaurant. Well, I wake up and my alarms don't go off. And, I'm running to the bus stop in a panic. And I'm feeling a breeze down around my nether region there. And just so happens somebody came out to say hello as I'm running down the road here to this bus stop.
So, did you forget to zip your fly and it's just hanging out?
Yeah, it just, in the panic of me running down the road, it just decided to, say hello and good morning to everybody. And mind you, this is one of the main roads going through Spokane Valley, so it was a very, very, very busy morning.
And also, you're 21, so that's potentially a night in jail, sort of thing hanging out. Did anybody see it, as far as you know?
Oh, yeah. A couple cars honked at me to let me know. And, was just still kind of hungover, still kind of drunk, and I didn't really realize it at first. And I looked down, and, lo and behold, there it is. So.
There you go. Now, were the cars honking? Is that what you really alerted you to the fact that you're hanging brain?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that happens a lot in track. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just based on how short the shorts are and the fact that, man, if you're not all the
running
way in the netting, man, there's a lot of videos of guys hanging brain.
But they finished the race.
Down the stretch. Just giving it all they got. I think that's probably even more so than swimming. Or
swimming, the way the trunks are fitted, it's almost impossible to pop out of those things. But running, especially the shorter the dash, like if you're running a 40-yard, it's more likely to pop out there, I believe, because of the speed that you're going, right? So it doesn't happen much during a marathon because you're at a much slower pace. You got all those miles to go. But you watch these guys, man, and like I said, the Olympic trials or anything, like he's running the 50 meter, and it's like, there's a chance. And keep in mind, this is some big Jamaican dude, and I'm like, man, I hope you got that thing duct taped to your hip.
Half the time, those guys in the NFL aren't wearing underwear either. So if you grab him by the back of the pants, man, and you drag him behind, man, you're going to see a couple.
You could tell in white pants. You could see the jockstrap.
If it gets wet, man, like if it's a rainy. Do you remember Derrick Henry's ass popping out?
That happened to Derrick Henry this last season.
Yeah, I mean he's tearing down the field, and then he gets through most of the defenders. So they're grabbing him from the back. There's like 3 guys on his back, and they say your uniform is. They can grab it. And they did. And basically, he goes down, D first. But on national TV, his ass, and he's got a big ass, is just hanging out for all to see. And the first thing you see him do, and before he even tries to get up or give the ref the ball, his hands go back, pulls his pants up. Fast forward a few weeks, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Lamar Jackson had the same thing. He's doing this great scramble, and he ends up banking out of bounds. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He had 20 more yards to go. After the game, he's like, yeah, I ran to the sideline because as I'm running down the field, my pants started falling down.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
All right. So my sisters and I and my mother were finishing swimming up at a lake and entered the changing room, and I didn't realize a wasp was in there. And it starts buzzing around me, and so flee the dressing room completely nude, running past a motorhome where a septuagenarian and his grandchildren are eating lunch, and pretty sure Grandpa needed to take heart pills after that because totally made eye contact as I ran by naked.
How old were you?
Early 20s.
Ooh, you were looking good.
He needed heart pills.
You were looking good.
Yes, I was before children, way back.
Well,
in the day.
Everybody's got a range,
Sure.
where you look better than not, and that's between the ages of 18 and 25. More than likely, that's probably the best your body's going to look, in your lifetime, unless you're working out later in life or whatever.
Well, Aaron, you just gave me no idea. The next time I go camping at a lake or anything, I'm going to intentionally put wasps in the women's changing room, in the hope that they come running out naked. We'll see how it works.
You should try and let us know.
How far did you have to run before you put clothes on?
I waited till I got back in the car.
How much is this? 100 yard, 150? How far did you have to go?
It was a ways.
Okay.
It was a ways. Definitely out of breath by the time I got there. So, and I run and swam at the time. So, yeah, it was a ways.
Yeah.
Oh, you were looking good.
Oh, yeah. You're nice and tight.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to the men's room.
How you doing, guys?
Hola. Dan.
Hola. I just wanted to shout out to Bob Rivers, man. I just found out, and those Twisted Tunes, that he did that Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
Yep.
And I still listen to that every day. It was the other one, I don't know if I can say it, but bleep, the whole sun, mow the lawn, mow your lawn,
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the reasons we can't play that tune is because you can say ass on the radio. You can't say the other word after it.
Right.
So they said that. But anyways, I was married to my wife. We were down in Oregon on the beach. We were vacationing, and we had a little too much to drink, and so we're down there at the beach. And needless to say, I was getting serviced down there, and we were drunk, So I finished up, and we're walking back up to our hotel there, and I forgot to put somebody away. And so this guy was walked up to us, or we were walking by him, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And he's like, "Great." Sounds like looks like you're doing great. And I didn't notice, he was just hanging out, and so my wife came up behind me, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, she looked down and she's like, "You got to put that thing away." I was like,
how do you forget to put away your penis?
How drunk were you, man?
We were drunk. We were so drunk.
All right, okay. Hey, don't forget on the Bob Rivers thing tomorrow morning, the Daily Mix Morning Show. They're going to have the tribute tomorrow morning. So there's going to be a lot of people on there that work with Bob and some old audio and everything else. So be sure to check them out tomorrow morning.
Put your junk away first.
Yeah, please do. When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
John.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
All right, good.
Sorry, hola.
Hola.
Yeah. Well, so I actually called in before. I'm the sound man that called in that Miles said the stuff about the lead singer.
Vaguely remember that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but, anyway, I was in New York, and I was out with a different band, and we were doing the late night with Craig Ferguson show. Nice. And during the day, you set up, you have to set up and you have to do camera blocking. You're there pretty much half the day. And between the green rooms, this studio, it was pretty small, and, it was one of the crappier ones. And but near the green rooms where all the dressing room stuff, there was a bathroom. And when you open the door and you walk in, there's just kind of a wall right there, but then you just kind of go around it, and it's just a big room with a toilet and a sink. It's no stall or nothing like that. And during the day, I walked in, and our drum tech was sitting on the toilet, and he was just taking a crap, and he was just kind of mid-wipe when I walked in. And it was just kind of funny, and we just kind of laughed. And so when he came out, a little while later, I had to go into just to pee, and I went in. I knew he was going to come in. I just knew. And so when I went in, I pulled my pants all the way down to my underwear, and I even took one shoe off so I could get my pants off. And I put one leg up on the toilet, and I was bent over, and I had toilet papers just so I was trying to wipe from underneath, just to get the most shocking thing when he walked in.
All right, I like your planning, man. I like you thought this out in advance.
Sounds like the movie Waiting, yeah.
Well, Craig Ferguson walked in.
Oh,
all right.
and I was just standing there, just bent over, and I looked at him. I don't know what he said. He said something, but I don't know. I was too much in shock at the time. But
how long before it took you to realize it's Craig Ferguson and not your drummer?
Oh, it was immediate because I was bent over and I had my hand underneath my leg, so I was trying to wipe from underneath just to be so shocking. And I was looking at the door. I sat there for 30 seconds waiting for him to come in because I knew, but he didn't come in. Ferguson walked in, and
did you get a chance to actually meet him after that? I mean, did he want to shake your hand?
No. I hid. I kind of went off to the side and was kind of trying to be invisible the rest of the day because I didn't want to be seen.
Well, no, wait. Were you playing in a band or you were doing sound for the band?
No. I was the sound man. So I was just setting up and doing this. No, so I was part of the crew.
Did you ever make eye contact with him again after this?
Nope. I saw him, but I was kind of off. And every time I kind of watched for him for the rest of the day. And if I saw him milling around, I would try to get away.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I missed that show. He was first. It was great. He was awesome.
He had some like weird toys underneath his desk, and we were setting up, and me and the drum tech, we went up and we were playing with the toys, and the crew guys from the show came. Don't touch those. Don't do no. And they were like, if Craig saw you touching those, he would freak out.
Don't play with Craig's toys.
Don't play with his puppets.
Yep.
That's right. Or
the puppets were a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jeff?
No, these weren't puppets. It was like a squirt gun and a kind of I don't know. I don't really remember what it was. It was just a bunch of weird toys.
Okay.
I wonder if we ever talked to Craig Ferguson. He would say, man, you had a band on, and you went into the bathroom, and there's a guy with his hand tucked under his leg, a shoe off, one pant leg completely off, wiping his ass. I get the feeling he would say, yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that clearly.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Michelle. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
All right. So I am a female truck driver, and you see a lot of things out on the road when you're driving.
Like what kinds of things? When you say we all see all kinds of things.
Oh, goodness. You see everything because you're always on the road.
What percentage of people have, like, their pants open or actively handling themselves when they're driving down the road?
Twice I've seen it.
Okay.
You ever honk your horn at them? Give them a little,
No. No, this one, the first time I ever saw it, I tried to speed up, and the guy sped up too to match my window. So I slowed down, and he slowed down to match my window.
How many miles did you go with this guy trying to show you his bishop?
About 3 or 4 miles.
Are there male lot lizards?
You know, I'm not sure.
Yes.
I never really paid attention to that.
Okay. Do you run into lot lizards when you're spending the night someplace?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
All
And
right.
they're pretty shocked when a woman comes to the window.
Are they kind of disappointed? Like, oh, man.
Oh, so they knock on your door?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I think that you
Yes, they are.
never know, man. I mean, you might.
What percentage of them actually look good? I mean,
Thank you.
Look,
I was wondering the
because
same thing.
The term lot lizard does not lend itself to being sexy. I assume there's got to be some good-looking ones out there, but how many would you say, like, rank above a 4 on a 1 to 10 scale?
I'm better looking than they are.
So do people, I mean, not to say this, but I mean, they can obviously tell that you are not one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. No, I have the full
like reflective gear, and yeah, I don't look like a lot lizard.
All right, I have a random question for you. Like, I love a Buc-ee's, but like, what's your favorite truck stop as a trucker?
I usually go to the Flying J's or the Loves.
Yeah, Love's is pretty solid too.
Never been to Love's.
Do they have showers?
Never been to a Love's?
Do they have showers and stuff?
Oh yeah.
How much does it cost to take a shower?
Well, when you get fuel, you get them for free. So, but usually, if you have to actually pay for it, it's about $15.
Hey, what's the longest you've gone?
So it's more
without-
expensive to take a shower than it is to wash your car.
What's the longest you've gone without taking a shower, just trying to get to where you're going?
Well, I don't really do OTR too much anymore. I'm local, so
Okay.
I stay here or I go home every night. But when I was doing OTR, maybe 4 days.
All right. I was like, is there any truck cab? If, you know, like you always see the stories, some guys on the side of the road, trucker pulls over, says, "Hey man, hop in, I'll get you to the next spot." Do any of the cabs smell good?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Have you ever thought about just not shaving the hair under your left armpit? That way, that guy who followed you for 3 miles, you can just kind of roll down the window and stick your arm up. You know what I mean? And let that hair flow in the wind.
Never thought about it.
All right, well,
Just the left arm,
Just the
man.
left.
Shave the right.
So
but
if
keep the
someone's
left
looking
area.
at you, winking, shooting the guns at you, man, just lift up that arm, hanging on to the window, and let that hair flow out of your pit, man.
You might be surprised though. Then he follows you for 10 miles.
Yeah, good times. What did you accidentally see someone else's goods, or when did you, or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Navigate the electric revolution and gain insights to electric vehicle manufacturing with Rockwell Automation. Get our free white paper and gain all the insights you need into the electric auto industry and smart manufacturing. Only the agile will survive this metamorphic shift in the industry. So let Rockwell Automation keep you up to speed. Search Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper and download your free copy today. The electric revolution is here, and full insights are available for download. Get the Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper today.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When it comes to healthcare, you want an option that works for you. If your health insurance believes they know best, maybe you need an alternative that believes you should decide. Take charge of your healthcare with Christian Healthcare Ministries. With no provider network and the flexibility to join anytime, you choose what works for you and your family. Whether you're navigating the diaper stage, getting your kids ready for school, or planning for early retirement, CHM's comprehensive programs grow and go with you through all life's seasons. Enroll today by visiting chministries.org/total.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider, satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel a game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Passengers on a Southwest Airlines flight were confronted by an unexpected sight Monday. A woman took her clothes off inside the plane and began walking up and down the aisle. Video from the flight to the gate of Houston's William P. Hobby Airport is circulating online. The woman appears to be yelling at nobody as shocked fellow passengers trying to comprehend what's going on. A rep for the Houston Police Department said officers were called to the gate for a person in crisis, and they found the woman who had ripped all her clothes off and was causing the disturbance. Police did take her into custody and transported her to a hospital for a medical evaluation. They say no one was injured on the flight. It was headed to Phoenix, and the woman has not been charged or arrested at this time. But police say that Southwest can file a complaint if the company wants to press charges. And as of today, they're going to charge you if you do happen to carry on your fun bag.
Yeah, you will get charged if you carry the bag now. It's a new Southwest thing. My thing, look, man, you're at the airport. Maybe you're crazy. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe you're drunk. Maybe you're angry. I get it. We've all been there, man. I would just say, can you do it before you board the plane? See, because once you go crazy on the plane, the flight's delayed. Because they hadn't taken off yet. They were still at the gate. But then she's got to rip off her clothes, scream about whatever. And it's annoying. No one knows quite what to do. I mean, I know what to do. I don't think it's legally allowed. But my thought would just be like, you're going to delay my flight. Like, I know you're going through an episode, man. Get naked or pick a fight, at the airport. That doesn't delay anything.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
Going on, my guys?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I got to be honest, lately, I've been on a health journey, and I realized that salad has not been my best friend lately. It's been just running right through me. A little bit TMI on this story. All right. So last week, about Wednesday, I kid you not.
It's just funny the way you set it up, because most people are like, I found I really like salad. You're like, it ain't helping.
Hey, look, man, and I'm not a salad fan. I hate vegetables. I understand their intrinsic value health-wise, but part of the good thing about things running through you is that it cleans some crap out of you that probably doesn't need to be there. Man, if I ate a salad, I'd probably be on the toilet for a year and a half.
Yeah, and adding a poppy drink with that, it just doesn't make anything any better. So Tuesday night last week, we had a Chipotle for dinner. Really, it's not the best option, but I don't get too many things on there. But I packed it with salad. So hey, might as well get the best out of it, right? And so that was my dinner. The next morning, I only live like 10 minutes away from my jiu-jitsu gym. The next morning, I go to morning class. And I'm about the first one that shows up because obviously I got to work right afterwards. And so I really know they got we got water fountains, or we got a stationary area, bathroom stuff. We can just clean ourselves afterwards. So I'm not too worried about getting sweaty before work. But I threw on all my jiu-jitsu stuff. It was my full gi was on, and then I had my work clothes sitting in my trunk, and I'm just waiting for class. Right, I think I showed up about 30 minutes early. And I'm just probably, I was smoking in my car, right? Just getting on that marijuana. And so.
Yeah, stone jiu-jitsu. It's a new thing.
Dude, it is the best.
You'd be shocked.
But what happened was my stomach dropped so bad, and it was game on. Either take the 10-minute, maybe push it to 15-minute trip back home, which I probably wasn't going to make it. Or I could have just roamed the area and looked for a bathroom, which our gym is pretty secluded. It's next to a church, and it's next to another business. And then beyond that, there's a lot of construction going on for an apartment being built. So I figured, let me go ask the people who are open if I can go and use their bathroom as fast as I can. And none of them were there. And so I'm starting to freak out. I'm sweating. And I see this, like, fence that's just been put up recently, and it has, like, tarp running through it. And so I figured, oh, my God, this is my best bet, right? I said, there's nobody around. I said, this is my best bet right now. So I whoop my car around as fast as I can, and I'm, like, just stationary. And I post my back up against this fence. And I had to take my gi off because I had just my gi on and then my spandex boxers underneath. And so I just took my gi pant off, so I'm one leg out, and it's just full, like, and then my gi top was off, too. So I'm just, like, a full naked person around, like, 9 in the morning, secluded in this back area, posted on this fence, just letting it out, right? And I was like, oh, my God, dude. I'm hearing, like, the fence starting to move, and I said, you got to be kidding me, because I thought it was me, right? But I was like, I'm not putting that much pressure on it. The gosh damn whole entire fence starts coming down, and there's a gang of freaking construction workers waiting behind it, and they all start going crazy. I'm hearing laughter, a bunch of yo. It was the most insane. I'm trying to, like, I said, oh my God, I'm like picking up my gi pants, and then I haul ass to my car. Oh, it was so bad, dude. They were just like, I turn around, I could just get a glimpse of about like 8 people with their hands out, just all laughing, like, "Oh my God!" It was like the most insane. I said, "Oh,
well, lay off the salad," you know.
Hey, you brought up that you're on a quote health journey. What inspired this health journey that you were not enjoying?
Well, I mean, I do jiu-jitsu a lot, so like I'm trying to like balance my eating. I realized like my eating wasn't helping, and like I just was eating like bad, so. Like the night before, like let's say like I have a dinner, it would just be heavy, and then I would go to class, and I just was like, I don't know, man, I just was not performing well, and I realized if you're gonna be trying to run like a good car, you need to put good quality, stuff in it. So I was like, I gotta change my diet, and then plus I went to the hospital for an injury, and they said, dude, your heart rate.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it too. That'll do it. Are you getting any more used to the salads now? Like, is your body adjusting to what you're putting in it, or are you still just blowing it out?
Oh man, I try to go vary from different things, but I like to like have a lot of vegetables with it, and so it's just mainly like the salad. Like once it's like a main salad course meal or salad is just a part of it, I had to look to my wife. I said, dude, I think I'm allergic to salad. She's like, nobody's allergic to salad.
I'm telling you right now, if you think that runs through you, don't eat kale.
I was going to ask you what's
kale, man, you don't have time. Kale does not.
When did people jump on the kale wagon? Because again, keep in mind, for decades, man, Pizza Hut was the number one buyer of kale. I want to say they bought like 90% of all the available kale, because when people still went to the restaurant, that's the leaf they used to cover like their ice baths, where they kept your toppings and all that kind of thing.
It was their salad bar.
Their salad bar. So they used
remember,
kale
the kale
leaves.
was just in between the bowls of toppings and the lettuce you liked.
But nobody I never heard anyone say, man, I should just eat that. And then what was it, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years
15
ago?
years ago.
Something happened where like everyone I knew all of a sudden was like, yo, man, kale salad, that's the way to go.
It became like the new hot food. It was like, it's so much healthier, this and that. And then we found out it wasn't that much healthier. But like, to me, it just tastes awful.
That's what I heard from a lot of people.
So quick.
So it's not just mild. It's not just you. Like kale goes through you.
And it's bitter.
Is it?
Yeah. I've had this argument with people. Some people are like, well, I just don't care for. I mean, look, anything you could prepare a certain way that'll be better.
Sure. Deep fry it. That's what I
Yeah, but like Starbucks, she said those kale salads, and I'd get them. And I mean, I couldn't make it past like 3:30 without being like, I got to go poop.
I think arugula is second on that list.
It is, but I like arugula.
I like too. And if it's spinach. They're probably
it's peppery.
They're tied. When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Hola.
Hey. So my wife and I were down in Puerto Rico, We had just landed, got off the flight, got a margarita. Hot tub's looking open, and we walked down there, and there's a couple bigger gals sitting in the hot tub. I noticed they're, kind of up on the edge. It's like, maybe the water's hot in the hot tub. It's like 90 degrees out in Puerto Rico, so we just kind of cruise down there, and I sit, just kind of put my knees in the hot tub and enjoy my adult beverage, and my wife pokes me on the side, and she's like, dude, look over here. And I look to my right, and this gal has got her downstairs swim trunks had washed away, basically.
Oh. Did she not know it?
They're definitely to the side. No, she's kind of like I said, a bigger gal, and she can't see it. Thing is just hanging out. It's like, oh my God. Free drinks. I know it's all inclusive, but I want an extra one.
Right. Did you? How long did you hang in the hot tub, or was that enough to chase you out of there?
We were there the whole time. We never said anything. I just kind of got a chuckle. Kind of spit the margarita back in the straw for a second.
What's the protocol on that?
Let her tan it up.
Yeah, do you tell, if someone has, the flies down.
Let her tan it up.
A complete stranger, you go, hey, man, your flies down. Jesus. You got something in your teeth? You say, man, you got something in your teeth. Complete stranger. It's a woman. As he said, it's been pushed to the side, so to speak, so it's peeking out at you to say, ma'am, I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but, I can see your vagina. It's moved to the side. I don't know. We, a friend of mine was house
Ever
sitting.
seen the Flaming Lips? They're great live, man.
A friend of mine, she was a waitress at the restaurant I worked at, and she's house sitting for someone. It's back in Baltimore. And she's like, hey, man, look, they have a rooftop hot tub. So after work, let's all go over there. We'll hang out in the hot tub. We're like, hell yeah. So none of us knew that was going to be the plan when we went to work. So everyone just got in naked, right? And everyone was this one blonde chick, not a real blonde. Didn't know it until then, but it was no big deal.
You could tell.
Everyone's just drinking. We're having a decent time. And yeah, everyone's naked, but it actually wasn't weird, right? Everyone's just real chill. Until the homeowner showed up. So I guess they were supposed to be out of town like 2 more days. And at this point, it has to be 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning because, we close the restaurant late. And I remember these people, they opened the door, were on their balcony and their roof. And I've never met these people. I don't know them. So the door opens, and a bunch of us are like, hey! So the chick, Misty, who's been house sitting for them, she's the only one that looks mortified. And within a billionth of a second, we all understood, like, oh no, this is the homeowner. Now, again, we had not wrecked our house. We were only drinking our own booze. No one did anything bad other than be naked without being asked to be in a hot tub. So it got real quiet. They looked at us for a second. They kind of looked at Misty. And you could tell they were saying, Misty, we would like to speak to you without saying those words. So she gets out, gets dressed. We all just scramble out. Everyone towels off, gets dressed. Well, it's a Baltimore row home, so all the staircases are very, very narrow. They're having a conversation with her on the staircase. So we had to single file walk by these people. So, right. So all things being equal, they were cool. They did not yell at us. They did not give us any grief, but you could see on their face, like,
those stairwells suck.
We don't know you and you're in our home. I think that was the bigger issue. And, but I just remember walking by. The woman was talking to Misty, but the husband is kind of waiting 3 stairs down, and you had to walk by him, man. And no one wanted to make eye contact with him, but you could feel his eyes just burning into your head, man. And so we see Misty the next day at work. We're like, yo, how did that go? She's like, not great. It's like they are not they were thankful that we were responsible. Right. We didn't break anything. We're not like blasting her stereo or anything like that. But I will not be house sitting for them again. They're like, I could see
Bummer.
that. I could see that.
Yeah.
And we're all naked.
You have somebody house sit, you're like, all right, they're probably going to do more than
something,
they said.
Sure.
But, yeah, that would be shocking to come home when there's 5 people you don't know in your
3:30 in the morning, and we're all naked.
Like, come on, dude.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So years ago, I went with my brother rafting down the Colorado through the Grand Canyon, and the guides, we'd pull over every once in a while, and you'd go to these slot canyons and sometimes see waterfalls. And so we stopped at this one, and they said the name of it was the Thank You Waterfalls. and which seemed kind of weird, but they kind of gave me a wink. And so we went hiking up through the slot canyon and got up to the waterfall. Beautiful. And it's so hot in the canyon. Everybody's in their swimsuits and bikinis and everything. We go walking up there. And so, of course, they encourage the hottest girl in the smallest bikini to go up into the waterfall. They get into the waterfall, and you can imagine the waterfall shoots that bikini right off of her. And they look at me and they say, "Thank you."
Yeah,
so,
I can see that.
Oh, thank you, false.
How many days are you on the water? Is it a one-day trip? Is it a couple of days if you do the Colorado thing?
You can do any different variety. We did a 3-day one year. We did a 6-day the next year. You could do a 14-day from Lake Powell to Lake Mead. You can do oar-powered, motor-powered. One of the best trips I've ever done in my life, if you get a chance. The 6-day was fantastic. You finish still with the canyon walls there, and so a helicopter comes down and picks you up and flies you out of the canyon.
Yeah.
It's just.
Did you yodel when you were down there?
Amazing.
Were there 5 or 6s? I mean, did you guys have to portage at all, or you pretty well can just float?
We floated that whole time. Yeah.
All right.
How many times have you done that trip?
Twice now. And if you get a chance, drop what you're doing, go do it. And, you know, it's not roughing it at all. If you do some of the larger boats where they pull off at the end of the day, you unpack everything. And as you're drinking your cold beer from the river that was soaking in the river, they're setting up their appetizers and they're cooking up tri-tips for you. And it's just crazy. It's not roughing it at all.
That sounds great.
That sounds like an awesome trip, man. I'm just saying. At what time of the year do you do your Colorado River trip?
It's usually like kind of the March, April, maybe in May. They also have that's probably the best time where it's hot enough, but then you avoid the rainfall, the heavy rains in the summer, where that can kind of mess with things. But one of the coolest parts was where the Little Colorado, the confluence of the Little Colorado and the regular Colorado, and it's almost like a milky white from all the minerals in it, and it's so warm that you pull off, you go hiking up a few hundred yards, you put your life jacket on like a diaper, and then you float down. It's almost like a water slide, and it's so warm. Coming down the Little Colorado as it enters the Colorado River.
That sounds pretty cool, man.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell right, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, call Pinky. When you get home to a flood, call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
As a small business owner, my favorite thing about posting a job on LinkedIn is that when I hit post, I clock out and LinkedIn clocks in.
LinkedIn makes it easy to post your job for free, get qualified candidates, and manage them all in one place. Plus, LinkedIn extends the reach of your job post by allowing you to share it with your network. And hiring managers that add a hiring frame to their LinkedIn profiles receive 2 times more qualified applicants. Go to linkedin.com/message to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Coming up at 4:30, we'll be joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We'll sit and spin today in honor of Stanwood's shortest St. Patty's Day Parade this Saturday at 11 o'clock in Stanwood. 10 Irish bands on Sit and Spin.
Now I know 3.
Yes. Also, a programming note for you. If you have not heard the news, legendary KISW morning man Bob Rivers. He passed away at the age of 68 years old this morning. Tomorrow on the Daily Mix Morning Show, they're going to have some special guests on that work with Bob over the years, play some clips, and reminisce about the man Bob Rivers. Our question, when did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Luke. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Hey, so my story, I actually have 2, and they're both kind of short, but the first one is we were all swimming as like 18, 19-year-olds, and I was sitting up on the rock, and I had like board shorts on without the netting, and somebody like looked right up and saw all my goods, and he pointed and then just kind of like looked away and said, dude, put your junk away, or, he actually used the word, but
yeah, of course. Why would he point? I mean, just,
I think he was just embarrassed,
Something about pointing makes everything worse.
It's like what a kid would do.
Yeah, right. A little kid. Like a little kid might stare at you. The first time my son saw a dwarf at the grocery store, like seriously, man, and I get it.
A little person.
He was staring. And I had to tug him away, and my son became like an anchor because he just couldn't fathom what he was seeing, right? And I had to but if he had pointed, it makes the whole thing so much worse. Luckily, he did not do that. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And then the poor little guy kept looking over at my kid, and I'm like, dude, I know. I'm going to look yours first, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Pointing is worse.
You're laughing now, Mike. I'm telling you, it's mortifying.
Yes!
I saw the guy, and here's the thing. It's just me and my son at the grocery store. It's one of those deals where I am there on a mission. I have to get whatever the hell my wife told me to get. I'm not a produce guy, but inevitably, you got to cut through produce first. It's always by the front door. So I'm walking through produce, and this is so sad. I remember this. The guy was looking at apples. He's just staring at the apples, and he's touching them, feeling them, as people do, as it's soft or whatever. So I kind of glanced at him. No big deal. My son's holding my hand, and then it just felt like my son was dead weight, And I kind of look, and I realized he is just staring at this guy. And now the little guy turns around and looks at my kid, and he's still, touching these apples. And it was just such an awkward, horrible thing. And come on, man. And my son just, he couldn't wrap his head around it, But I'm like, thank God you didn't point. Mm-hmm. It just would have made things worse. So that's the only reason I bring up the pointing thing. That was my experience. Don't stare, but thank you for not pointing, man. That makes things worse. Well,
and also, random question. That guy said he's wearing board shorts without the little netting.
Yeah, that's a bad idea, I think.
Yeah, to me, if it doesn't have the netting, then you kind of have to wear something underneath.
I would, Mike, you're killing me, man. It was uncomfortable, man. I'm not. Look, it happened.
Yep.
It was uncomfortable. I'm just glad he didn't point, which is the point I was trying to make with this guy. Just don't point. Even if you're going to tell someone,
that would be mortifying, man.
It was,
I'm sorry,
man. It was. I felt bad for the guy. He understood what was going on, But it's like, man, I don't know what to tell you. You popped his dwarf cherry. That's essentially what's happening here. He's never had the experience. Now he doesn't stare.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Do the apples look bigger?
Dude. No. I noticed that part. But just picture this guy's just I know, man.
I would have just had to. If that was my kid, I just did what you did. Like, we just got to get out of this aisle.
That's exactly what I did. I was like, come on, man, we got to go. Because now, like, I feel bad because this guy, he's not looking hostile, but he knows why you're looking at him, you know? And it makes it worse. And I'm 6'4", so it's kind of like, I'm the dude that's used to seeing. Oh, sorry, man. But put it this way. You're going to tell a stranger their fly is down. You don't point at it and say, hey, man, your fly is down. You just say the words. Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
I'm sorry to hear about Bob. My brother actually, back in the 80s, on Looney Tunes, would play guitar on some of their little skits. So,
that's awesome. Right on. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Ted might have been here before, but there's a place over on Orcas Island called Doe Bay. And it's like a campground, and it's a fun place to go to. I had like this hippie buddy that had been there with his girl a few times and recommended to my girlfriend and I when we were first dating. And it's like, at the beginning of your dating scene, it's like, okay, let's go do this. This sounds kind of fun. And it's a hot tub or it's a camping place, but they have hot tubs and a sauna, clothing optional. So we go there in October, we're first dating. And there's a bunch of naked people, and it's like, okay, cool. So we get naked, we get in the hot tub, we go in the sauna. It's older people our age. We're in our 50s. And so, we have a good time, and it's like, that was a really cool experience. So a couple of years later, we come back, and it's a different time of year, and we're not actually staying at the resort itself, but we're staying nearby. And we didn't bring our swimsuits or anything. And we decided to go again, and we pay to get in, and then we're not really paying attention. There's a lot of people there, and we kind of just go into the changing room real quick because there's a changing room in the sauna. So, like, we take all our clothes off, and then we're sitting in the sauna naked, and then I'm looking, there's a window where you can look out to where the hot tubs are, and I'm looking around, and I'm noticing that nobody else is naked. And I'm like, oh, no. And it's a bunch of kids in their 20s. And it's like, oh, my God. And then so she starts to get a little nervous. And it's like, no, we got to own this. We're going to go out in the hot tub. And, we're just going to be naked. So,
I like it. Just own it, man.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
What did the kids think? Did they leave?
No, they just kind of looked over at. There's like 3 different hot tubs, so we kind of sat in one where there wasn't as many people and
not as many. I like that.
And and then a couple other older people came and they were naked too, so it ended up being okay. But no, that was just the weirdest thing. Just it's a bunch of 20-year-olds and I'm like 50 something. Just wow, okay.
Oh man, where did Castle get married? I know Vegas, but what was the hotel?
He got married in a chapel. I mean,
but the hotel we stayed at.
The Wynn, maybe?
The Wynn, yeah. So the Wynn, we would hang out by the pool most of the day up until his actual wedding. And we realized they had the topless pool on the other side of, like, the screen. So me and Batman, we're there with our wives, and we're like, ladies, listen, we've been reading that sign all day. We're going over there. We got to check it out. And they were both like, have fun.
Live it up, boys.
Yeah, they were like, okay. So we go walking over there, but we both agreed. We said, all right, man, we can't go over here looking like we're just here to see boobs, right? We play it cool. So we walk over, stroll into the pool, and sure enough, it's probably 30, 40 people over there, and all the women are topless. I cannot explain how ugly everyone there was. So it's like this immediate disappointment, but we've already waded out into the pool, and no matter what direction we look, 360 degrees, remember something about Mary when you saw the old lady's boobs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's like that, but it is everywhere. And then we're kind of like, okay, man, well, now we're stuck, because if we just walk back out of the pool immediately, it's very obvious why we came over and how gross all these people
So you got to
look.
hang out for a minute.
We got to hang out for a minute, and I swear to God, we had an entire conversation. Either we were staring each other in the eye, or we're just looking down into the water, because everywhere we looked, like, these boobs were so ugly that it actually bothered you. And then every dude they're with looked like, one, they could beat your ass, but they were kind of gross looking too. So I'm like, we can't indicate how gross everyone, because these guys are going to F us up. And we're the only 2 dudes here that don't have a woman with us.
Yeah,
that is it. So it's real. So we hung out
you
for
stay at those casinos, though, man. The viewing at the pools alone is top notch.
The pool where we were, the
So
normal
you shouldn't
pool,
have left.
we should not have left. It was much better to look at chicks in bikinis and all that.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Vegas is one of the few places I've been to where, we were at a fancy pool and, it's just amazing. Like there's just smoke shows. It's like,
it's insane.
They never even get in the water.
No, and that's kind of the best part. They're just sunning themselves, and we had a cabana, man. So we are taking it all in, but acting like we're not. Actually, I got busted by my wife once on a beach in Delray, Florida. All right, and I cannot explain what this woman looked like, but whoever you think the most beautiful woman is in the world, just picture her. All right, that is who this woman is, and I swear to God, it looked like she's walking in slow motion. So she's walking from my right to the left to meet her friends or family, whoever's off to the left. I got mirrored sunglasses on. I got a book in my hand, so cool. I angle my head so it looks like I'm looking at the book. Truth is, I'm just watching her, and I cannot believe how beautiful this woman is. And I watch her walk across, and my wife's splashing around the water. A woman walks by. My wife gets out of the water. She's walking toward me. She says, "You're not slick." I said, "Babe, look, man, she's just so gorgeous." She's like, No. I don't care. What I'm saying is, your book is upside down. I'm like, Jesus. She's like, I could tell from the water. She's like, I came out of the water to tell you that your book's upside down because you can't even spy on people right. I'm like, my bad.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, I got two stories, a longer one and a shorter one. One's involving me, the white guy, and the other one's the black guy.
All right.
First one is in rugby, there's a tradition where when you score your first try, which is like a touchdown, you go off to the drink up, which is when the two teams come together at the end of the match and drink a bunch of beer, and they take the person, if they score a try, they tape a beer mug to their hand, and they have to have it full and be drinking at all times. And then when it's time for everybody that scored a try possibly in that game, they start singing a song called Take It Off Zulu Warrior. And you start taking your clothes off, and they're now throwing ice-cold beer at you. I mean, freezing beer coming at every single direction.
This is a rugby tradition, you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay.
And so this is not good for your package. So at this particular time, we went to I was playing for Central Washington University. I'll give a shout out. We went to a rugby tournament in Spokane. I think they still have it. It's called Fools Fest. And in a tournament, if you score at any point, no matter what your career, you are also going to do the Zulu dance as well. And so we go to the drink up, the big party, and at some point they start singing the song, and so everybody that scores starts taking off your clothes, and then the beer's coming, throwing at you from every direction again. And so one team decides that they're going to take it up a notch, and so they are now playing naked leapfrog in like a cafeteria type setting. So the floors are all mud from people's shoes and beer. That's it. And so they are now jumping this like they're in mud. And so our team decides we're stripping down and we're going to play human bowling. So guys lined up like bowling pins, and then one person would run as fast as you could, hit the deck with a slide, face first, feet first, doesn't matter, and then see how many people you can take out for the bowling pin. And so we did that, and then a member of our women's team decided to get a group photo of us. Thank God cell phones weren't around in social media, but she got our team buck naked, every single one of us standing there, full junk hanging out. And then she came to me later, when I ran into her weeks or months later, and she pointed out that this was a lesbian. She pointed out the side from my package in a flattering way, which I thought was interesting coming from a lesbian.
Well, hey, man, big is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And she said, they don't like men, but they do like the shape of that package in itself.
All right. Fair enough.
And then the shorter story is I was going to meet a group of people, and it was called the Art Bar, and it was down near Dexter in like 99, somewhere in there.
Sounds familiar.
That does
man.
sound super familiar.
So I walk in the door, and immediately at the first bar there is a black man in dreadlocks standing buck naked, posing while people are drawing and painting pictures of him standing there. And it's the first thing I see when I walk in. I don't know what to do. But I think one of my other black friends describes this as the Mandingo effect. This guy's sting was like 3/4 of the way down his thigh, and he wasn't a short dude. So,
was it Cat Williams?
I mean, was this a scheduled like art class or just an impromptu thing?
No, they do regularly, or they did at least, yeah. So they just had nude models that want to come in and stand and pose, and then people draw and paint pictures of them.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's why he chose to be a model.
Art Marble is where you tried to drink 100 beers, and they did not, or maybe they did cut you off. It was a different name then. It was the sports bar. It was the Cleveland Browns bar.
There was a group of us.
Yeah.
Let's rephrase that. I didn't try to drink 100 beers by myself.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, what did it used to be? We used to go there all the time and watch.
It wasn't
football.
Jillian's, was it?
Jillian's?
It was a Jillian's.
It's down there. It was Jillian's? Becco and all that stuff.
So Art Mart, right there across from the lake. Yeah, we went in, like, right, there was a group of us. Oh, it was Ribs, Doc, and like all those guys. And we had all these, like our station was selling like these coupon books.
Right.
So, right, we sat there and then we just kept using the coupons or whatever. And then finally they came over and they're just like, look, you guys seem fine, but like.
There's no way you are.
But they were just like, but. You know, between like 7 of you, like you've had like 70 beers, like we got to cut you off.
Yeah.
And we were like, cool. So we played games for a while, and then we grabbed a couple 18ers, and then we're like, well, we got to get to 100.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
You got to figure you're talking 8-10 hours.
Right. Yep.
Between a group of 7 dudes. It's a lot, but
it is a lot.
It's doable.
When did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
How you guys doing?
Hola.
So my story is I was back in college, 2011. We had this really popular bar that basically everyone went to, students and townies alike. And so every once a month they would have strippers come, or maybe I guess you used to call them topless dancers. But one night I get a call from my teammate, and he's just telling me and my roommate to come down there as fast as possible. So we get down there, get our drinks, and get seated. And then something in the corner of my eye catches my attention, and I just see some middle-aged, overweight woman just flashing people randomly for no reason, just flashing people, right? And so, everyone's kind of just watching this lady, and then, not 5 minutes later, I see some guy walk over, slap like a $5 or $10 bill on the table, lift her shirt up, and just start sucking on her boobs.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a small town in Nebraska.
Okay.
Hastings.
All right.
I didn't see that odd for Nebraska.
Townie is not a term that you hear very often. But I was a townie, so I like to hear that. I'm like, oh, so it's not just, where I grew up.
Right.
I think every college has town. I was a townie.
Right, exactly.
Because you live there, right?
Yeah.
When did you
I
actually...
like how you get the nickname. Like, I'm a resident.
Yeah, well, I was a townie, too. What did you accidentally see someone else's goods or expose your own? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Well, this was about when I was in my senior year of high school, and I told my mom that I was sick and I wasn't going to go to school, and apparently I didn't do a good enough job. She came home. Me and my girlfriend had it all planned out. We were going to spend the day together. So my mom comes home. Me and my girlfriend are in the shower. And next thing you know, you hear the door slam open and the shower doors or the shower curtain swing open, and it's my mom.
And what is her response?
Oh, well, I was hoping her response was going to be like, and then close the shower door and leave and tell us to get out or something. But no, she stood there and just proceeded to berate us and yell at us while we're, buck naked in the shower. And the worst part of this is that my girlfriend, of course, gets startled. So she jumps behind me. So she's using me as a shield. So I'm the one having to stand in front of my mom.
Yeah, she knows what you got, though, man. She took care of you growing up.
It's different when you're an adult, bro.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
Exactly. I mean, she hasn't taken care of me for, 16 years or something.
Right.
So,
Why is it only moms to do that? Like, if a dad does it, you might say something like, hey, get out of the shower, we're going to talk. Moms would just stand there and talk to you while you're naked. I feel like dads, they'll talk to you through the door. tell you to get dressed, and we'll talk in a minute, but not just stand there while you're naked and berate your ass.
You hear that story a lot, too.
Yeah.
I knew friends that got caught in high school doing it, like high school kids. You're not slick. Parents know.
We know.
Tara Daly, Steve Mix coming up from the Daily Mix Morning Show. Will sit and spin and in honor of the Stanwood Short St. Patty's Day Parade this Saturday 11 at the Stanwood Hotel Saloon. For you, 10 Irish bands coming up at 4:30. And we got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/Confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
Ever walked past a place for rent and wish you could just peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout? Envision the natural light streaming through the windows? Or plan where your vinyl record collection would go? At Apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you'd be living in. Really envision yourself in your new home with Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
Wow. What's up? I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hawaii is beautiful, but Tahiti is unforgettable. Take off to paradise from the United States, starting at $750 per person with Air Tahiti Nui. This limited time deal includes round-trip all-inclusive service to Tahiti. Visit airtahitinui.com. That's airtahitinui.com.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Stanwood's shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade happens this Saturday. Up in Stanwood at the Stanwood Hotel Saloon. The Daily Mix Morning Show. This is their grand plan. This is their idea.
Grand is an interesting word for something so small, but I like it.
There might be a grand parade marshal. You don't know what's going to happen. All we know is that it starts at the Stanwood Hotel Saloon at 11. They go around the block. There's a marching band. There's a couple other things, and they're done.
Yeah, it's perfect, man. It's the perfect parade.
We got to figure out a way to get in this parade. You know what I mean? We need a gimmick.
I'm going to throw candy at somebody.
At them or to them?
At them, okay.
If you're 12 and over, hands up. 12 and under, I'll toss it over towards you.
We're going to be up there. Hopefully, we'll see you on Saturday at 11. It's going to be a great time. But those guys are on the way. We're going to sit and spin here in just minutes. But first, time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
One from today on unexpected nudity. Guys, back when I did security in Tacoma, I had to deal with a couple going to Pound Town behind the building I worked at. They're in the back of an SUV, untinted windows, broad daylight, nothing that anyone would want to see. She was very large. That from Big Pun in Kennewick, who says, P.S. My favorite Twisted tune is Cows with Guns. R.I.P.
Nice.
Liquor and Horse, gentlemen, as we move on to the birthday request, today marks my girlfriend Taylor's 26th year on the giant ball of flaming gas. Can she get a suck-it-up cupcake? Coke Ted telling her how much fun we'll have going out on a Tuesday, and the Dirty Germans telling her what I'll do to her tonight when we get home. I love you, babe. That from your loyal listener in Bellingham, CJ.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
I forget how I started, Miles.
Hi-ya!
Hi-ya!
There you go. I can't do it.
All right, we're going out on a Tuesday. That's fine. A lot of places go off on a Tuesday. I think Drake had an appearance on a song called Club Going Off on a Tuesday. Come out tonight, get banged up, stay up way too late, call in sick now!
Yeah, your name is Taylor, so today he's going to do what we call the Taylor Swift, which is he will do Taylor, but it will be Swift.
Yeah, I was thinking the other things, like the golf. It's like something on my body is tailor-made for her.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Tailor-made.
Maybe she could touch my bubble burner. That's a dated reference, isn't it, Miles? They don't even make bubble burners anymore.
Bubble burner?
Tailor-made? Wasn't that their driver?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are right. I forgot all about that damn thing. Huh. Gentlemen, can I get a birthday shout-out from my husband, the unofficial men's room statistician, Kyle?
Oh, nice.
Oh, Kyle does a hell of a job every year, man. He gives us all the dumps and all the money we've saved from not putting cuss words on there.
Kyle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also hoping for green beans and some dad jokes from Miles to celebrate this amazing human. Thank you guys so much for all you do and always making us laugh. I do declare that from Jessica.
Green bean.
What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green bean.
All right, dad jokes. All right, Kyle, I'm going to give you a bunch here. When my wife was in labor, guys, I told her jokes to kind of distract her from the pain, but she didn't laugh.
No.
It's all in the delivery. Why do nurses use red pens?
I don't know.
To draw blood.
Okay.
All right. Guys, the other day I got myself a pet termite. Named him after my favorite actor.
Who's that?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, you say Natalie Wood?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
I got you.
What's the best thing about prostitutes in West Virginia?
Oh, man. There's
something about knowing them personally. I don't know.
Family discount, Mike.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, I've been walking around with a condom in my wallet for the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
Should have thrown it out after I used it. And one more in celebration of Stanwood's shortest St. Patty's Day parade on Saturday. Did you hear about the two Irish guys who just started dating?
No.
You didn't? Patrick Fitzwilliam and William Fitzpatrick. Guys, it's my 45th birthday today. I took the week off from work. I'll be coming into the city for some fine breakfast at Easy Street and some records because, well, records. And treating myself to the Museum of Flight afterwards.
Nice.
Thanks,
That's a nice day.
That is, man. That's from our buddy Nick, dealer's choice there, Mike, on whenever you want to give Nick for his birthday.
Easy Street is really good breakfast, too.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
What a great concept, too. Go and buy some records, get some breakfast.
Yeah,
get a cup of
hell
coffee. Machola, today is my 54th trip around the big orange ball of burning gas. How about an andro penis? Any of your penis is too small. And talk all over each other about how awesome truck drivers are. Thanks, fellas. That from Jason in Roy.
Andro penis.
Truck drivers, we talked to one today.
I thought they were great, man. They always honk if they ask them to. Now, I notice they give you enough room to actually get in front of them so you can get the high five.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, guys, let's see. Since I don't have any cool friends for a birthday shout out, I have to go solo. I am 61 years old around the nuclear bomb. How about a bong rip, a hippo fart, and the captain telling us if it's the old age, the drugs, what makes him look old? From your loyal listener, Raymond.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. So you're wondering, is it the drugs or my age that makes me look old? Well, frankly, it's both. I'm old, and I do a lot of drugs. Now, most of the drugs I do you've never heard of because, well, most of them I make myself. But that doesn't mean I don't give them names. Of course, we got the old sugar lattice. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. We got the backdoor suppository. That's a special proprietary ingredients we use there. But as far as looking old beyond one's years, the Quaker Oats man. He's 19.
Oh,
Jesus. Crunchberries.
He's 19.
Hi, guys. Here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. To you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Our code is 508. We'll drink its toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 550. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. The Girl Scouts are being sued for heavy metals and pesticides in their cookies.
Oh, girls!
So all that garbage that you brought in your
standing out here telling me to buy your poison cookies. Let's see what cookies they think it's in.
No.
I like that. Well, we won't say which ones.
All of them. I don't know.
I mean, look, we found out yesterday cookies are one of the unhealthiest things you can eat.
Which is garbage.
Maybe we didn't know it was heavy metals and all that, but still.
That's what it was. It's all the heavy metals are in cookies.
And no offense, in this country, do you care? Microplastics, heavy metals, carcinogens. We're like, but it's delicious.
How do we put heavy metals in doggone things? Like microplastics, all right, fine. You store things in plastic, little plastic particles break off, whatever it is. How do we get heavy metals into things?
Ronnie James Dio. No, I don't know.
Ride the tiger.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat seed oils. Like, I'm eating a chalupa. Seed oil's the problem.
Yeah, that's the issue.
It's a double chalupa.
You're so
covered in nacho cheese or whatever the hell they call it.
You're mowing down cookies. You're like, but they're unhealthy.
It is 2 a.m. I'm drunk and I need to fill my stomach. This is what I got.
Yeah, you're right, though.
In a new study to figure out what motivates people to exercise, physical appearance was one of the top reasons.
No kidding.
Sure.
25% of Americans are feeling burnout before the age of 30.
Oh, I wish I knew that.
I think people feel burned out all the time. Just the older you get, you wonder why people younger than you feel that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not unfair. It's not unreasonable. I guarantee you when I was 29, in a lot of ways, I just felt burnt out.
Sure.
You look into the future, no matter what, it seems grim. You go to your job all the time, and the younger you are, typically the less money you make, the harder you work, longer hours. Sure. Maybe you're working 2 jobs. Like, sure.
And that's kind of what the study was saying, is that threshold of when people are starting to feel that burnout is getting shorter. It's getting earlier and earlier in life. So now it's people in their 30s, before they're 30.
But I think a lot of that, too, is just the economy, man. Prices go up, but salaries don't.
Right.
And it's just tougher to make ends meet. Like, you're burned out more because you're working harder just to pay your bills.
Well, in social media, being replete with getting that message out there. Yeah, you're right. There's people that are out there that are flashing their great life at you. You don't think about their financial struggles or what they're going through, but then you also have a lot of other people that are saying exactly what you did, which is, look, here's the price of houses back 20 years ago. Here's the prices of income 20 years ago.
And one has moved considerably more. And man, it's houses, it's groceries, it's college, right? But, the standard of living doesn't necessarily always match with that.
What's the big one that always comes around every year? Kevin McAllister in Home Alone just buying all that, all those groceries.
Oh,
and he
right.
had, like $15 and he bought all that?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care. Whoever's in charge. I mean, that's the big issue, right? Like, you just, crap is cheap.
Yes.
Which is nice. Everybody's got great TVs.
And that's why you buy crap.
Yeah.
Right?
But right, like the stuff you need, housing, groceries, all that stuff just seems like it just skyrockets constantly.
Even with groceries, you're going to buy the stuff you can afford, so it's ramen. Like, this stuff's unhealthy. I'm like, right, but having a decent, quote-unquote, doctor-recommended diet costs considerably more than ramen noodles and potato chips. Yeah. Just does.
There's a new thermoelectric yarn being developed that could soon convert your body heat into electrical energy to charge personal devices.
How great would that be?
So, if you get static electricity, you don't use a bounce sheet, just put the phone on your shoulder and away you go.
Exactly. And it's actually not static electricity. It's actually using your body temperature to fuel the cells or whatever the hell it is in there.
If it's body temperature, if you have a fever, would you charge your phone faster?
Ooh.
Like, I'm sick, but I'm using a lot less electricity.
I wonder how far the electricity would go, because I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but if I plug my phone into the wall, everything's totally fine. If I go on vacation and I plug my phone into one of those little light outlets that they give you, it completely charges my phone, but the electricity is so weak, it's half dead by midday.
Yeah, for sure.
Am I on my phone more in the hotel room? Maybe, I don't know, but I feel like I get less yardage with that particular power.
I also have this weird thing. Like, somehow I feel like my charger that I use at home that I take with me works faster.
Yeah.
There's certain, for sure. Like, you go to other people's houses, they're like, I got an iPhone. I'm like, this is going to take all day.
Yeah. There's certain power converters in those cubes that you'll use. That some of them can actually fast charge, and other ones are just like, it looks like it's going to take 3 hours.
They used to have those at bars, too, like a whole station.
Yeah.
Now there's only 2 real plug-ins, so it doesn't really matter, but they have for 9.
Well, you ever seen the little round ones, like for iPhones? You can just sit it down. You can just sit your phone on top.
That's what I have, because I did not know they existed. And I do not upgrade my phone ever until it breaks and the glass cuts my fingers. But there's something wrong with the jack. And so I couldn't charge my phone. It got down to 2%. Went to Amazon and ordered exactly what you're talking about, Ted. And it seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, that it actually charges my phone faster than when I actually plugged it into the jack.
All right, see, I'm the opposite. Because I have both. And, it's easy to leave it on there, sit on your, your dining room table, not dining room, coffee table when you're watching stuff. But, I think it takes forever on that little thing.
Really?
The jack that doesn't work on your phone works great for me in the office.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what I do. I charge it here, and then...
I think that's why I gave you one of the phone chargers.
Yeah.
I can't use it.
Right.
And that's a fine phone charger. My phone jack is just, well, jacked.
A new study has found that higher income is linked to both greater life satisfaction and more stress.
Well, no kidding.
Right.
We know.
You didn't get that wealth by doing nothing.
Good Lord,
but
man.
You're doing a lot. You're a lot happier with your life.
Right. To maintain wealth, you got to do what you got to do to be there. But also, by having that wealth, you get to enjoy life. Who would have thunk it?
Right. Earlier, I had a story that I wasn't working on that basically said that we are misinterpreting the signals that our animals are putting out. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
So I'm here to explain some of these.
The
Okay.
Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 funny pussy cat behaviors that actually make sense when you think about it. I remember once as a kid, I was going to a friend's birthday party, and the gift I got for him was a book called 101 Uses for a Dead Cat. My favorite was the one where the cat was used as a pencil sharpener. You see, you stick the pencil in the dead cat's butt, then crank his tail, and it sharpens the pencil. See? Cats can be useful after all.
We should get him a kitten.
We should get him a kitten.
And just leave it in his office.
Well, this dog only has one kind of signal. Chaos.
Chaos.
I love that dog. It's a lot.
So these are funny cat behaviors that actually make sense when you think about it. We've all been around cats. We've all seen them. You guys see when cats do that rolling over thing. They just start rolling around on the ground.
Yeah.
Kitten stretching out on its back with its belly exposed isn't an invitation for a rub, okay? This move is a sign of trust, comfort, or sometimes playfulness. In the wild, rolling also spreads the scent to mark territory. While it may look like an easy target for tummy scratches, many cats prefer that you admire them from afar.
I would say this, and Mike, I believe you shared this nugget with me a couple of years ago. So we've had Rainbow Janet Hill for several years now. We got her when she was a teeny tiny kitten. I could rub her belly.
Yes.
But like my kids' friends will see me do it, and I'm like, man, I'm not telling you don't do it. But don't scream when you bleed. Right?
Right.
And they will go to touch that cat's stomach, and it is all four claws are in there. But I've also noticed if I pet the cat and then pet the dog, both of them are doing what they can to rub more of their scent on my hand.
Yes.
Like normally they're just normal, but if I pet the dog and then pet the cat, well, now the cat won't leave my hand alone. It keeps rubbing her head. But then my dog smells it, and I'm like, guys, this is stupid.
Miles, you've had cats. What's one thing that they always make sure to do as far as when they're standing on you? They put their butt right in your face.
Oh, yeah. You're going to look at that rusty starfish.
Yeah, what is that?
Nothing says I like you in cat language quite like the rear end display. Felines communicate with each other by sharing scent-based information from glands near the tail. When a cat does this to a human, it's offering a very personal greeting. It may not be the most charming interaction, but it's a gesture of friendship.
I want to blow up a balloon and tie it, you know?
I mean, it's cute when a chick does it to you.
Yeah, you're like, okay, man.
I think she likes me.
It can be.
I mean, but you're not
belly.
seeing all that.
I'm just saying, if I'm sitting in a bar and a woman comes over and starts talking to me, then 2 minutes later, she's shaking her butt in my lap in my face. I'm like, then I got a chance.
But the thing is, the cat lifts its tail. Like, no, look at all the glory.
Yes, right.
I'm like, bro,
get up in
There's
there.
a difference between, like, you know,
Exactly.
Mike Honcho and, you know,
Mike
I'll spread my butt cheeks real big.
Oh, Lordy. Covering poop. So burying waste is about tidiness and survival instinct. Wild cats hide their scent to avoid drawing attention from predators or rivals. Domestic cats continue this habit even if no threat exists. In multi-cat households, the dominant feline may actually leave waste uncovered as a territorial claim. A sudden change in this behavior might indicate stress, discomfort, or medical issue.
I claim territory over my litter box.
This is mine.
No one's fighting for it, man.
Stand away. Yeah. Funny cat behaviors that actually make sense when you think about it. Eating plastic. At first, a cat chewing on plastic might seem totally random, but there's usually a reason behind it. Some plastics contain animal byproducts, which make them surprisingly tempting. Others have a texture that just feels good on a cat's teeth. Some cats even chew plastic out of boredom or stress.
I just thought they had pica.
Oh.
I just chew things in our food.
I just have to eat it. Eating grass, leaves, and plants. Even though cats are carnivores, they still have a natural instinct to munch on plants. Grass can help with digestion, either by acting as a natural laxative or by triggering vomiting to clear hairballs. Some plants even provide nutrients, but not all are safe for cats. If your feline loves nibbling on leaves, keeping non-toxic plants around is the safest way to satisfy
don't
the
say.
craving. And it's one of those things where I didn't know until I got older that,
poinsettias.
I like getting my wife flowers, and the ones that she likes will kill my cats.
Yes. And they're cheaper.
Yes.
No, they're affordable. They look great.
Damn it.
Why did you bring this in our home? Are you talking about the flowers?
Right.
Did I mess up on flowers again?
Winking. A slow blink from a cat is a sign of trust. This gesture means that your cat feels safe enough to close its eyes in your presence. Some call it a cat kiss because it's a form of affection. If you return the slow blink, you're letting your cat know the feeling's mutual.
Really?
Just give her a little slow blink.
I just thought the cat was stoned or having a stroke or something. Because you're right, they do it. Now I know my cat likes me.
Kneading and treading. When a cat rhythmically presses its paws into a blanket, pillow, or lap, it's tapping into a comforting kittenhood habit. Newborn kittens need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow, and many cats continue the motion into adulthood because it feels soothing. Their paws also have scent glands, so kneading is a subtle way of marking their territory. If claws get involved, a thick blanket makes it a little bit more enjoyable for both of you.
That's why the dog gets so upset. All right, it's making a lot more sense now.
Exactly.
Hang out with the cat, she needs. I thought she was just tenderizing me for a future meal.
Nope.
I
thought it was great if they do that with a dough ball.
I know.
Come here, dude.
We're making pizza. Give him the dough ball.
It's like when you open up a laptop or something. Like, really? You have to sit here.
Right now, man.
Every time.
Come on.
Wait, what did you Google? What is that porn tab?
You know you like it. Cats. Cats only.
You open a book, you open a magazine.
Cats only.
It's over.
Yes.
Only
over.
cats.
Only
It's
cats.
over. You will not read anything.
You ever had a cat headbutt you? Does Rainbow Janet headbutt you there? A strong forehead bump from your cat might feel aggressive, but it's actually a sign of love. Also referred to as bunting, this behavior allows cats to mark their favorite people with a scent gland located on their heads. It's their way of saying, you belong to me.
My cat loves my ass.
The stronger the headbutt, the deeper the bond. So if your cat gives you a firm nudge, take it as a high compliment.
So if it breaks my glasses and my nose bleeds, like, that's love.
That's right.
But it's weird when I headbutt his cat.
That's right.
I love you. Do cats take that the same?
Right.
I
think
grab
so.
my cat and I headbutt him, and I'm not trying to smash him. But I mean, headbutt him. Is the cat like, all right, it loves me.
Headbutt him tonight.
I'm going to try it.
Damn right.
If I come in with Band-Aids on my face, the answer is no.
I feel like if I headbutt a cat, there's only one cat I know that's very affectionate, named Potato. But I feel like I headbutt a Potato, she'd scratch me.
Hey, you got to read the mood. It's got to be mutual. The cat's sitting next to the window. And it's doing that weird chattering, chirping thing.
Mm-hmm.
That strange
birds.
That strange clicking sound cats make while they're watching birds. Some researchers believe it's a mix of excitement and frustration, while others think that cats are mimicking prey sounds.
They are. That's what I believe.
Either way, it's linked to hunting instinct. So if your cat is chittering at the window, it's not confused. It's mentally preparing for the perfect time.
Have you seen the video, Mike, of that cat that can basically call out different birds?
Yes.
That is insane. That's why
wild.
I believe they're calling to hunt.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Knocking things over.
Because they're a D.
Pretty much. Nothing is safe from the cat's curious paw. Knocking objects off surfaces is part instinct, part entertainment. In the wild, cats test unfamiliar objects to see if they move like prey. Some also learn that humans react every time, which turns into a fun game for them. So it's because we get pissed, that's why they do this.
So you tell them I have to ignore Rainbow.
That's right. That's right. And then this is the number one funny cat behavior that actually makes sense when you think about it. The old if it fits, I sits habit. Sitting in boxes. An empty box is irresistible to a cat, not because of what's inside, but because of the box itself. Small spaces provide warmth, security, and an ideal hiding spot from potential threats, even if there aren't any. The enclosed walls make cats feel safe, which is why they'll always claim a box whenever one is available.
Okay.
Or a garbage bag or
just squares, dude. I saw one where somebody actually tested the theory. They grabbed tape and they made a tape square on their flat floor, and the cat just sat in it. I'm going to be here.
Okay.
What is their weirdness with cucumbers?
I don't know.
I've never tried that. Have you tried that?
I've heard they think it's a snake. Yeah.
Right. I've not tried that.
Right.
And if you notice, it always sneaks up on them. You have to wait till they're like eating or drinking water or something like that, and then slip it up there and sneak it behind them. I think they. At first, it looks like a snake.
Don't do that to your cat.
I tried it on my cat, and it was.
Yeah, Mike's
I didn't know
cat.
she was armed.
Mike's cat would attack him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Attack the cube.
He would have an issue. Miles, where's the best place to be in the middle of a tornado?
Hopefully under a desk.
I will tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
The time it is, as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Seattle radio legend one Bob Rivers. Now, sadly, hopefully you've heard by now. If you have not, Bob passed away at the age of 68 earlier today. He'd been suffering from terminal esophageal cancer. Now, a lot of you remember him when he first arrived in Seattle in 1989 on these very KISW airwaves, where he did his morning show for 11 years. And then from there, he went to KZOK before finishing his Seattle radio days at KJR. Now, oddly enough, before his 22-year run here in the Emerald City, I got to enjoy Bob in my hometown of Baltimore, where he also did mornings there. Now, we're not trying to follow in his footsteps, but apparently that is exactly what we have done, whether we meant to or not. Keep in mind, tomorrow on the Daily Mig Show, they're going to have a full tribute to Bob Rivers with a lot of his former co-workers, a lot of people that just worked with him and or knew him. I want to say they're going to have some twisted tunes.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's morning show will kind of be a throwback.
I know, BJ's on at 7:20. The late Kathy Faulkner's coming on. They're going to play clips, so they're going to do the tribute right.
So here's the thing. It's been a long time since Bob Rivers got here. Obviously, a lot of you remember him, so tomorrow's morning show would definitely be nostalgic. For those of you that are younger, that are unfamiliar with Bob Rivers, beyond just hearing his name, it's going to be an interesting education on how fun radio could be. And that's one of the things that, honestly, at least on this show, and we try to pride ourselves on this, is bring fun. You know, some people are serious. Some people want to give you their opinion about blah, 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 and all that crap. And we always thought, man, it should be fun. We're here for 4 hours. Let's just talk to each other, make fun of each other. And he, in addition to a few others back in the day, kind of pioneered the concept of, hey, man, make people smile. Make people have a good time.
Just do decent radio.
Yeah, do decent radio and be decent to people. And on and off air, that is the thing that you have about him. The craziest thing is, and what's sad is, he'll never know for sure because now he is gone, but the legacy that it leaves behind. The fact that, someone texted earlier today, oh, dude, we're still playing the Twisted Tunes at Christmas. Like it's our tradition. Yeah. So to be able to do something that has a lasting impact and legacy, wherever it is that you may have been, that, to me, that's the height of achievement, whatever it is that you've done, right? So Bob Rivers absolutely did that. So that's what this shot is for. So let's drink. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party. In our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Navigate the electric revolution and gain insights to electric vehicle manufacturing with Rockwell Automation. Get our free white paper and gain all the insights you need into the electric auto industry and smart manufacturing. Only the agile will survive this metamorphic shift in the industry. So let Rockwell Automation keep you up to speed. Search Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper and download your free copy today. The electric revolution is here, and full insights are available for download. Get the Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper today.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I'm not exactly a tech genius, but I knew one thing for sure. If I wanted my small business to crush it, I needed a website that worked like a pro. And I needed it yesterday. Lucky for me, Bluehost made it ridiculously easy. With their AI design tools, building my website was a walk in the park. I could customize, optimize, and monetize everything exactly how I wanted. In just a few minutes, I had a secure site up and running. I couldn't believe how straightforward it was. And getting found online? Bluehost helped me with that too. I perfected my keywords and meta descriptions with their search engine tools. The AI even gave me suggestions to improve my pages. Now I can sit back, relax, and focus on my customers while my website continues to rank higher and higher on Google. With their 30-day money-back guarantee, I wasn't worried about taking the plunge. And now I am so glad I did. Head over to Bluehost.com and build something special today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit Condor.com today.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It is an easy game to play. I will share with you a real-life news story from something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Our caller has since dropped off. Ahem. So you gentlemen will be playing against each other.
Do we have to?
You do. You have to.
What if we give you a story and you have to guess?
I already know. Oh. But today you have your story. Let's see. Your category with the wonderful world of drugs. We have Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object someone chose to use as a weapon. And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
We haven't done Hit Me in a while. You good with that one, Ted?
Oh, well, yeah. I was going to say animal.
What do you think? Hit me or animal?
Mike, hit me or animal? You win this one, Montgomery. Thanks, Mike.
Next time, just for you guys, I'm going to have hit an animal.
Oh, wait, is it just Miles questions?
You're jogging and there's a dog.
You're mowing a lawn.
And there's bunnies.
Or quails.
There's quail in front of your car. All right, here's your story. We go to...
It's all true.
We go to Hicksville, New York. Hicksville. Where a man was arrested for striking another man in the head with an object at a wedding. Now, it happened at the Sand Castle just before 1 a.m. Police, they say that Mandeep Singh, he was in an argument with a group of people before it got violent. He then hit a 28-year-old man in the head with something. The victim was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Now, Singh He's charged with assault. The question is, what did Singh hit the other man in the head with at a wedding? Was it a chair? Yeah, just like the movie.
I like that. Chair.
Was it a plate? Was it a bottle? Or was it a flower vase? So chair, plate, bottle, or vase. What did Singh grab and strike another man in the head with?
I think all these are reasonable except for bottle for me.
Did you say it was towards the end of the wedding?
It's 1 a.m. I'm going to assume it was, man.
And
They probably got a bottle by that time. I'm going bottle.
And it was outside of what? The Sandbar?
No, the name of the place is just called the Sand Castle, but that's the name of the wedding venue.
Sand Castle.
You said bottle, Miles?
I'm going to go bottle because of the time. Like at that point in time, you might be able to get a bottle from the bartender.
Well, what if Mr. Singh was there with the date? And every time I've been to the wedding with a date, they love taking the centerpiece, which generally is a vase full of flowers.
Okay, I'll say vase. Sorry.
I think he went with the bold method, and I think he just grabbed the chair, went full WWE on him.
Yeah, I think it's too late for a plate. Okay, what did this guy hit this guy in the head with? A chair, a plate, a bottle, or a flower vase? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader. Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
I know every operating
At my
system
last
like the back
job,
of my
in my current
hand.
role,
I have
25
years of
experience and have worked with several people from your company. I've been recognized for my passion. My team is everything.
LinkedIn delivers candidates who rise above the rest. With an up-to-date view into shared connections, skills, and interests you won't find anywhere else. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/message. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category 7 with your best shout-out profile. This guy, New York man, he's arrested after striking another man in the head at a wedding. At what, 10 o'clock, 2 in the morning?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Question is, what did he hit this guy with? A chair, a plate, a bottle, or a flower vase?
And Miles Montgomery, we start with you. You said the bottle, it's 1 a.m. That's when things are flowing. However,
I feel like weddings always give you a bottle beer anyhow.
D. Ted Smith, you went with the old vase.
Yeah, the vase.
A vase. Deference. No, it was not a vase.
All right.
Like you went WWE style, as you're a WWE fan, and said he took a chair, which is ridiculous. But you are correct. Homeboy picked up a chair, smashed his dude over the head with it.
Everybody wants to smash somebody with a chair at some point.
They do.
I was amazed at a wedding. All the weddings I've been to, I've only seen one confrontation. And it was because somebody who wasn't invited to the wedding showed up.
That makes sense. You know, they really need to clarify this, though. It's like, I've never seen a confrontation at a wedding. I've seen a confrontation at a reception.
Well, even, right, I'm saying this was at the reception. Like, that dude showed up looking. Yeah. And found it.
Now for all TV news all time, time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, you got Stephen Colbert, The Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Tomlinson,
Taylor,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late?
It's not.
It's right there in the title. Yes, that seems to tell us the writer something come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Today is International Mario Day, as in the world's most famous plumber from Super Mario Brothers, Mario. But we all know the most famous plumber is the one that shows up when your toilet is clogged.
Pinky's Plumbing.
Fallon.
Colbert.
Smith. Damn it.
That's the truth, though, man.
Yeah, you're a hero.
Your toilet's overflowing. That's the plumber you want. Forget Mario.
Mario's never showed up at my house. For a guy that's a plumber, he actually seems rather distracted with his own personal issues with this Peaches chick.
What's the last time he worked?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're a plumber. I've never, in any one of your games, seen you actually deal with a toilet issue.
I mean, he's going in and out of pipes. He's working the pipes all the doggone time.
What are you talking about?
Mario, he goes in. I go get drunk at karaoke with a microphone. Doesn't mean I'm working.
True enough.
A Canadian man broke the record for the fastest time eating 25 Carolina Reaper peppers. He then immediately broke the record for most weeping in a bathroom.
I'll say Colbert again. Colbert.
A Canadian man broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to eat 25 Carolina Reaper chili peppers. He then immediately broke the record for most weeping in a bathroom.
Can't let a Canadian have that.
No. Yeah, you can.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to step up for that. Like, hey, cool. It means you are insane.
A man broke the record for the fastest time eating 25 Carolina Reaper chili peppers in just over 4.5 minutes. He didn't even order them. He was just too polite to send them back.
Myers.
Yeah, they didn't like it, huh?
That wasn't funny.
That is Seth Myers.
A Canadian man recently broke a Guinness World Record by eating 25 Carolina Reaper chili peppers in just over 4.5 minutes. He didn't even order them. He was just too polite to send them back.
Following a successful launch and delivery of a data device and image... Jesus, let me start this again. Following the successful launch and delivery of a data device, an Imagine Dragons song has landed on the moon. I've always said that the moon should be more like shopping at Kohl's.
Colbert?
Kimmel.
Yeah, Colbert.
Following the successful launch and delivery of a data storage device, an Imagine Dragons song has landed on the moon. That is incredible news. I have always said the moon should feel more like shopping at Kohl's.
I will stand up for all dragons. Imaginary or not. I like those
He
guys.
really didn't think you were funny today.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they laughed at my jokes. That's good.
Not to my jokes. Bad jokes. They were good.
All right. Sometimes art imitates life. This one is
They're back. You got them, man.
Art imitates life.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you know a fireman and his house burns down, you're like, oh, that's ironic.
Isn't it life imitates art?
Well, damn it, man. I don't know. Is it life imitating art, not art imitating life?
Yes.
All right.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Well, there's a guy doing a weather forecast. He's warning people about tornadoes. But as he's doing the weather report and telling people to be safe, or tornado hits the building.
This is a look at the live camera of a tornado, which could be passing by our station right now. Take shelter. Everybody in the Fox 35 building, get to your safe space. We're catching debris right now on the roof. We're hearing, you can see the debris flying there on the camera. This is a tornado. Seek shelter immediately. Get under your desks, guys. Anchors under the desks. Okay, we got power flickering out. This is a confirmed tornado. Okay. I've been doing this for a very long time. That's the first time a tornado has hit while I'm doing the weather.
Ted, did he actually get under a desk? Or did he just stand up there and keep doing the weather?
He's basically telling them how to be safe. But
Yeah.
I think he realized at some point, like, well, they're not going to pan back.
Right, okay.
I mean, credit to that guy. And I would not recommend that anyone do that under any circumstance. My report just would have been. But the fact that my man hung in there right? And look, if nothing else, I think people get the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
And again, I would not do that, but I'm proud of that guy, man.
Well,
that guy
also,
deserves a shout out.
I mean, you forget news reports are important, but the weathermen or the meteorologists, right? Like they're like, especially when you're talking about storms and stuff like that.
Severe stuff.
Right, that's severe stuff, and that's life or death. So, I mean, I think that's good. You're right, that he's standing there and being like, hey, do this or do that.
And it's different, because like with hurricanes, they'll send someone to the hot spot.
Right.
I'm standing on the beach, and I'm like, well, you're a freaking idiot. You drove there. Like, I don't feel bad for you what happened. You know what you're doing. You just want the shot, right? This guy, I don't think he wanted the shot. It's like, dude. Like, and the way tornadoes move, like, if it's on you, it's just on you.
Right, and they don't... At least with hurricanes, there's time to plan it out. There's this, there's that. Mm-hmm. Right, like with that is brutal.
Yeah.
And you don't, and like I remember being in Maryland once or twice where there's a tornado warning in College Park. And unfortunately, it hit in College Park. It didn't hit near my house in my neighborhood. But I mean, it picked up a car and threw these people against a building. It was awful.
I remember that.
But I remember like that was the first time I ever like.
I think 3 people passed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I remember laying in the basement of my house that I grew up in, underneath a desk with a mattress on me.
Again, another time, Ted, where I was on the air in the afternoon and looking at that EAS button.
Right. I don't hit it.
That was before 9/11. And it still did not go off. Or maybe it was closer after. But it was still one of those times where I got the log out. They're telling you the tornadoes are coming. I'm ready to activate this thing because it really did blow directly through College Park. Was coming through PG County on its way to Anne Arundel and on its way to South Baltimore. And I'm looking at the screen. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, it's more important to test it than it is to use it. That is what we've discovered in our years.
I have a feeling you'll hear it.
Well, one day I'm going to be really happy to push that button,
I don't think anyone's happy to like, all right.
Finally, all this training comes to fruition. Push.
I have been in a studio where my knee, luckily it wasn't our studio, it was a different studio, but my knee bumped it, so we sent one like a required test. And then like everybody was like, that originated here? And I was like, yeah.
Wild. Just look, in the world of radio, probably the same with TV, like that is something you absolutely do not want to do is accidentally hit the EAS. Like,
right, because everybody else down the line, it always tells you where it's been initiated from, but everybody else down the line, right? Like if Mike gets a monthly test while he's working the board, there's a certain amount of time he's got to relay it.
Yeah.
So that one went out, and then I feel bad as these other people, like, they were just like following rules.
Oh my God.
They had to relay it. Yeah. It's just like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and I left that studio quick.
That's bad, man.
Yeah. You need to put a cover over those things. All right. Has anybody in here seen Severance yet?
I have not.
My wife brought it up to me this morning because this is how she operates and just says, hey, I know it's 8:30. You know what we need to watch? Severance.
All right. I have not seen it. My cousin was telling about it just last week. Sounds pretty interesting, right?
What is the premise?
The premise is there's like a company where it's like
you separate work brain from life.
You get
brain.
severed every day, and then you go down these tunnels and stuff. I haven't watched it. It's what I've been told. Then you go down to these tunnels, and work you has no idea what regular you is up to.
Correct.
Oh, okay. And regular you, like basically, it's almost like you're still going to work, but you don't have to sweat it. So you're much happier at work because you're just like, I love working at this company. Like, I have no idea the regular world really exists. But then eventually the workers somehow find out that their other halves are living like a fun life and that they're not going to be happy.
Okay.
They're going to want to know what's going on.
All right.
But this is even weirder. This comes from Reddit. Thanks, Miles, giving me this one. Basically, this guy said, my dog's afraid of severance.
What?
So
actually, that's Newser. Let's hear it.
Newser.
Yeah, Newser.
Some people think it's the theme song that you can hear in the background. But basically, other people chimed in, too, and said it's reached a point where he hears the sad piano and he puts himself to bed. One person said, I love the show, but I can only watch it with AirPods or subtitles. Somebody else told the Washington Post that noting the dog will start pacing, whining, crying, and hiding in the other room whenever the show is on.
These people are being serious.
Oh, this is like a thing.
All right, so my wife brought it up this morning, and she said, I've just heard good things.
I would watch in front of your dog.
I want to experiment, because it's like, look, man, I've heard good things, too. We should check it out. Now that I'm hearing this, because my crazy-ass dog, like, Let's just put it on and see what Molly does.
There's also, I was going to say, one of the show's sound editors said the constantly use of high-pitched sounds, this and that. They know dogs are sensitive to it. There's lights flashing. So there might be some science behind it. But either way, it's a pretty intense show. But I just like the idea. Dogs are like, hell no, man.
No, do not watch the show again.
Well, it's got to be something.
I want no parts of
right.
it.
It's got to be like the pitch of something, something audio-wise.
Or the dogs know that it's true. Like, oh, you don't know that's your life, man. Yeah, when you get to work, bro.
Wait till they find out I don't have a job.
They also say human stress levels go up while watching it.
Cool.
And it puts off something that emits like a stress hormone, and the dogs might sense it. So that, like when you're sad, your dog will come over and keep you company. So maybe you're just getting tense watching the show. So the dog's like, I don't even want to be in this room.
My dog writes me love notes. I'm sorry you're so sad, but if you rub my belly, you'll feel better.
Also, want to give an update on the Penguin?
The show.
Again, good show. You're finding out how characters on the show got the way they are?
Yeah.
It is disturbing.
Oh, yeah?
I had to turn it off last night. I was like, I can't watch this.
This is not fun.
Yeah, and I know it's fake. I just wasn't in a good mood. Got my dinner ready, and I started watching. I was like, oh, God, no, I don't want to watch this. So, went back.
So you recommend it?
It is a good show. It's we've talked about there's certain shows you like. You just got to make sure you're in the right frame of mind.
Yes.
So I would say if you're not in a happy state of mind or whatever, don't watch. Yeah, the Penguin gets a little dark, which it should be shocking. It's the Penguin. Yep. It's about a bunch of stuff that's going to go on down there, or whatever the hell's going on there. You don't want to see. There's a cool documentary coming out on Paramount Plus. Tom Petty, Heartbreakers Beach Party.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
If you're like us and never went to see him, maybe go watch that.
Good times. All right, headlines are coming up. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A Texas man steals an ambulance and leads police on a chase to arrest the ugliest man on earth. Meanwhile, police chase a naked man whose name is the ultimate definition of girth.
Yeah.
Dog accidentally shoots owner while he was getting it on. We won't stop this live update until the tornado is gone. And a 4-year-old calls the cops on his mom. But it's all in good humor. And it's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
Our top story, we go to Florida, where professionalism knows no bounds. A tornado had touched down in the area earlier this week, devastating the area with winds reaching speeds of 115 miles an hour. Luckily, the local Fox affiliate was broadcasting at the time of the tornado, warning people about a tornado in the area, and was able to inform the public its exact location because the tornado was right on top of their studio. A video made the rounds online which shows several employees taking cover in protective areas inside of the building. Ted played the audio earlier today, all except the meteorologist in the studio who was behind the desk, actively giving a report on the tornado bearing down on them.
My man.
That's
my man.
That's a baller move right now.
Like I said, I would not do that, but I admire that, man. It's a broadcaster. You're like, dude, that takes balls.
I believe you would, man, because you broadcasted here when there was a fire in the doggone building.
That's different.
It's all about your level of danger. They knew that tornado wasn't going to rip the roof off the place.
But we have fire exits. There's not like a tornado exit.
True.
We have fire extinguishers. There's no tornado extinguisher. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, I have options.
You really think that desk is going to protect them at all?
I don't know.
It's more from just falling objects.
Okay.
That's why you're always supposed to be under a desk, or like I said, the one time I had a mattress over me.
All right. Like the getting away from the windows, I understand.
Sure.
Being under stuff, yeah, for the debris that comes through the window, yeah.
Do you think I'd stay here if a tornado hit the building?
We got bigger issues if a tornado hits this building.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In other news, to Memphis, Tennessee, where a man is betrayed by his best friend. A man was admitted to the hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound. It had happened while he was laying in his bed with his lady friend. The gun was fired in close proximity, and the bullet grazed the man's leg. His lady friend left the scene with him. The man was taken to the hospital, but the shooter remained there at the home because it was the man's dog. While relaxing with his lady, the dog had jumped up onto the bed and accidentally gotten her foot stuck in the trigger, firing the weapon.
It wasn't an accident, man.
No, it wasn't. He was aiming for her. Get up and down. Hell no. And we were just talking about this off air. His lady friend had grabbed the gun and left the building.
Do you
not dumb.
think his gun was registered?
No.
I mean, but
I
that
don't
always makes
believe
it
it was.
worse. You know, because if it's registered, I'd say, hey, the last thing I want you to do is leave and take my weapon.
She has a warrant out for her arrest.
She can leave.
Oh.
She can leave, but don't take my gun unless my gun is unregistered.
This is my speculation.
All right.
I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm saying I bet she's probably up to something.
Probably, if she rolled out.
Because if not, you would try to take care of the person that you're with who just got shot.
Yeah, that
right.
is
Sorry, buddy. Can't really help you out here. No first aid available. I gotta go. I gotta leave.
Now, it's very odd that a dog calls this, and then he's like, take the gun.
Take the gun and go.
Yeah. A man in Texas was arrested for joyriding something cool. Authorities got a call about a man having an emergency mental crisis at a local hotel. When they arrived at the scene, our man jumped into the driver's seat of the ambulance and fled the scene. They eventually tracked down the vehicle, which our man was still inside of, and a short chase ensued, finally coming to an end when the man crashed into a tree. He was subsequently arrested and faces a long list of charges.
Georgia, the jungle.
I still contend I think the ambulance would be the coolest of the big three to drive.
Police car, fire truck, ambulance.
Well, at least you have a decent idea of how to operate an ambulance as far as driving it or a police car.
Right.
Fire truck, don't mess with that. That's a CDL. That's a CDL license type thing.
Why are you taking the ambulance over a police car? Because an ambulance, you just say, hey, get out of the way. Police car, I have a loudspeaker. I can pull you over. I'm saying, I feel like you have
the
more
ambulance
fun.
too.
But they can't pull you over. You know what I mean? Well,
but you pull over for them. You're not going to actually pull somebody over. You're not in a cop's uniform.
You don't know me.
That's fair.
I am pulling them. They don't know I'm not in a cop's uniform until they get out of the vehicle. So I pull you over, right? I pulled you over for speeding, say. You pulled over. I'm behind you. Until I physically get out of the vehicle, you don't know that it's just me. So I might take 20 minutes. Like, citizen, please wait. I'm having computer trouble. So I could have you sitting there for like 20 minutes.
You're just playing Candy Crush.
Oh, yeah. And normally I don't even play it.
And then another cop rolls up behind you and you just bail out.
Then I take off, yes.
Oh, you got shot? I'm leaving.
Later, I'm taking the gun. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
To Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, where officers needed to teach a little lesson. A video is being shared online of a local officers going to a home and asking one of the younger members of the household, a 4-year-old that had called earlier this issue, to come forth. The young lad had called 911 to report a crime, and his mother was the culprit, you see. Because his mother had stolen the ice cream that he had planned on eating for himself. The officer stopped by to help him understand that 911 should be used for emergencies
Well,
only.
he shouldn't have bought a good flavor then.
Here's the problem. Kids don't understand that. The kid's mind is like, this was an emergency.
This is a crime.
I like Rocky Road. She said it was mine. She ate it.
Right. The emergency is you pissed me off.
Yeah. What kids don't understand is you didn't buy that. I
That's
did.
right.
It's mine before it's yours.
No, you said it was mine.
Well, you can have some, but I'm the one
Once
who
you
went
say
grocery
it's
shopping.
doesn't matter.
Once
I'm the
you
one who
do
bought
that-
it. Look, these nuggets, you're going to have to give me one to make
My
sure
son
it's
got mad at me because I took a
poisonous.
Fanta.
It was in the freezer. It's mine now.
I'm going to take a Dino Nugget. It's cool.
Mention Sports brought to you by the fine folks at Sports on What. You got NBA and college basketball on tonight, as well as spring training baseball and Champions Cup soccer featuring your Seattle Sounders. Find out where to watch all those games in one convenient location. It's called the Sports on What app.
What?
As far as your weather, Sports on What app.
What?
Right.
If you tell us the name, I'll go there.
It's Sports on What.
What is it?
Right. Sports on What.
All right, be that way.
Okay. First, your weather. Cloudy tonight with some periods of rain and a low of 43. We're looking at rain for tomorrow as well with a high of 50. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
One a week. Tribute to Bob Rivers tomorrow on the Daily Mix Morning Show. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. But in the meantime, please do what you do best. And for Bob Rivers and Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.